You are listening to a BEACHGLASS media podcast.
Aloha! It is the Simple Times Podcast here again for episode 39. And boy, are we having a good time. Andrew's been off for, at this point, almost 2 weeks. I've been off for almost a week now. And we're pretty relaxed, pretty laid back. So today's episode is going to be a bit of a run of the mill, but we are going to have a bunch of vacation stories. Or at least Andrew's going to have a few vacation stories. We're going to have a mailman story, a dad story. Andrew's got a There I Ruined It laid out for us. We have a fake ad, which is first one in a while. And then, of course, you know, the staples, history with Hefe, jokes with Hefe, Simple Times news. We might even be able to crack open the fact book again. And, we're calling this one Vacationing Vatos. So, let's see. Can we all get relaxed and have a nice little vacation? Come join us.
Episode 39.
39.
I don't know what that was all about.
I don't either.
But we are on episode 39, Jefe. And for our new listeners, I call you El Jefe sometimes. You know, I haven't been calling you El Jefe as much as when we started podcasting.
Uh-huh.
But you are El Jefe.
You do call me Jefe. You'll mention Jefe.
Okay, if we say I do, then I do.
I might just be used to it, that I just don't really notice it, but I could have sworn you still do.
I feel like I call you Marcelo more often now.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe because we're growing up.
Maybe.
We're old.
I know.
My body doesn't feel good anymore.
No, it does not.
But anyway, going back to what you said in the intro, you said we were off for 2 weeks, or I was off for 2 weeks. You were off for one.
Yep.
And we're talking about work.
Yeah.
We've been off work.
Yep.
We've been off this podcast for about a month, since the July 4th?
July 4th. So
a little over a month.
2 months. Oh, yeah. 1 month. One month. Yeah.
But
get my months mixed up.
But we have been vacationing.
Mm-hmm. One of us more than another, but yeah.
Yes, I got my 2 weeks, and since my last vacation, which was back in January, I've been looking forward to my 2 weeks off. And man, was it a struggle getting here, but I'm here. I'm feeling great. How's your 1 week off been?
It's been all right. You know,
you did anything special?
Went to Disneyland, but only stayed about 3 hours.
Well, if you had paid full price, for only 3 hours, I would have slapped you senseless.
Yeah. I honestly, I think if I would have paid full price, I would have just stuck it out. I mean, even if I was just going, even if I was just going from shop to shop, or even like restaurant to restaurant, I would have got my money's worth.
I remember when I was an annual pass holder. This was before I had kids.
Yeah, I remember those days, because you and I used to go once or twice.
Yeah, a few times, and it ended a little bit after when I had my firstborn. That was like the last year we had it, but I still remember those days. It felt good.
Yeah,
having an annual pass, because you didn't feel pressured to get on everything and do everything and see it all. You could just go in the afternoon, stay a couple hours, and just be happy. You could come back tomorrow if you wanted to.
Yeah. No, we do the same thing. When we had passes, my mom, since she lives in Seal Beach, she's about maybe 20, 30 minutes away, if that. And since I was over there taking care of the dog just about every day, we would just, if I had a night off, because I was working nights at the time, we would just go for dinner. You know, drive over that way, go into the park, find either a restaurant in downtown or even in one of the parks, have dinner, hop on a few rides, come back home.
So juxtapose that with your Tuesday outing at Disneyland. How was it?
It was pretty bad. It was pretty miserable. I mean,
the happiest place on earth.
Yeah,
was pretty bad.
It
come on.
It couldn't have been a worse day. I mean, it was nice to hang out with my sister because we don't get to do that a lot.
Wait,
yeah,
so speaking of your sister, you said she works there.
She does.
What does she do there, if you don't mind me asking?
She's what they call a runner for the merchandise stores.
Oh, cool.
So she's always in the back hallways that connect all the stores up and down downtown Disney.
Oh, cool.
And she's basically just running all up and down the back aisles, the back rooms, however you want to call it, helping stores keep restocked. So
very cool.
Yeah. So her main one, my mom always told me it was home and decor. But when I talked to her, I said, where's the home and decor store? And she goes, there really isn't one. She goes, I'm actually basically in several stores at once. But there are a few stores that she will focus on. And I know one of them is Trading Post, which is what the old Rainforest Cafe is now.
Oh, yeah.
And then she had told me that she even does a few gift shops in the hotels sometimes. She'll be at Pin Trader sometimes too in downtown. But yeah, I mean she's in several different stores. Basically wherever they would need her, they call her and she just runs and helps them keep stocked up. So
that's very cool.
Yeah.
Then when you walked into my garage, which is also, it doubles as BEACHGLASS Media Studio over here, you were looking kind of red.
Yeah.
What happened? You forgot your hat?
What's funny is that I was like, because I went there with shorts, much like the shorts I'm wearing now.
It's shorts weather, yeah.
Yeah. Plus, because of my white legs, my glow sticks, as I think you've called them before. I was like, I'm gonna wear shorts and I'm gonna try to get some color. When I left my house, it was overcast. And so I was like, okay, well, if it's going to stay overcast, I know they say overcast is like the worst time to go. You still get burned. But personally, I've never gotten that burned before in overcast. Like I've gotten red, but I've never gotten like sunburned, So I was like, that's what I was hoping for. Get a little bit of red, get a little bit of color. I'm not saying I'm going to get like tan like you, like, postman tan. But
I'm just dark.
but I was hoping to get some kind of color.
Yeah.
And I got the color I got was red. And because when we got there, it was still a little cloudy. But then within the hour that we were there, the first hour that we were there, it just opened up and was just straight up sun. No, not a single cloud in the sky. And it's funny because I kept telling my sister, like, hey,
any sunscreen, Marcelo?
Well, my sister brought some. And I told her, I said, if you see my head getting red at all, let me know. I'll start putting it on. I didn't want to get it too red, but I wanted to get the color. I wanted to get a little bit of color. And we were only there for 3 hours,
and it did damage.
Yeah,
because it's Thursday.
Yeah,
you went on Tuesday, and you're still red.
Yeah,
usually it goes away after a day.
Oh no, not for me. No, yeah. This is normal for me.
It lingers on for a little bit.
It does.
Because I'm in your same boat. I have my nasty mailman tan.
Yep.
I wear my crew socks. So my legs look like a caramel macchiato.
Now
it's like brown on top, white at the bottom. And it's disgusting. So I was hoping to fix that.
Yeah.
During my vacation. It's better, but as you can see,
I can see it. Yeah. Oh yeah.
It used to be way worse.
But now, do you have to use crew socks?
I don't have to. And it's funny because that's the same thing my father-in-law asked me on vacation.
Do the ankles or the no-shows?
But I'm still going to have a tan.
You are, yeah, but it's going to be further down. It's not going to be as noticeable as a crew sock tan.
Well, for being open and honest here, I'm not a huge fan of my legs. I feel like I have skinny legs.
Well, you're tall, so you kind of pass. Taller guys usually get a pass for skinny legs.
I have some calf muscle from the hills at work.
Right.
But still, I don't have those muscular calves that people have.
You don't have to. I don't have muscular calves, and yet I still wear ankle socks.
No, see, you look proportionate.
Yeah.
You got your calves matches your thighs.
Yeah, kind of.
Me, I feel like I'm like toothpicks carrying up a pig.
You're like those cartoonish drumsticks. Have you seen like the chicken drumsticks?
Yeah,
it's like all the meat's like up at the top, then there's the bone at the bottom.
Yeah, my torso is the meat.
You worked at El Pollo Loco too long. You're starting to look like the drumsticks from there.
I am what I eat, Marcelo. Okay. So, anyway,
but yeah, so I we were there. I mean, we showed up, and first right off the bat, that should have been a forebodingness as to how horrible the parks were going to be. When we come down off the first, actually, even before that, we had to park on the roof of the parking structure.
Oh no, your car's just getting toasty
at
up
like
there.
11 or 12, 11 a.m. or 12 or 12 noon.
Mm-hmm.
And I've never done that early. Usually about like 3-4 o'clock. Yeah, we parking up on the top. But I mean, that early, I've never had to park up on the top unless that's been like
true. That's a good point,
right? And so we come down, the escalator, and at the bottom of the big escalator, right before you get to the security to the security point, there is a used condom at the bottom of the escalator
at Disneyland.
At Disneyland. I don't know how long it was there. If it was there for a while, it would make sense, the discoloration. If it was just fresh, then you kind of already have an idea of what that used condom was used for. Because it was pretty brown.
Ew.
Yeah.
Okay. You said a lot there. I'm still processing this. This isn't making sense. Disneyland, one of the most crowded places you can be.
Yep.
A used condom on the floor, disgusting.
At the bottom of an escalator, not even like in the middle of the floor, out like in like a very no. This was like.
And the thing is,
people are walking by this.
Disneyland is a pretty clean.
But
place. You have people cleaning up the ground at all points.
I guess not the parking structure.
Either it happened shortly before you saw it.
Sure.
Or it was sitting there from like the midnight prior when
maybe
like kids are being dumb and like, hey, let's use this condom right now.
Possible.
And then it hung out on the floor for 12 hours. How could someone miss that?
Right. So,
anyway,
yeah. So once I saw that, I told my sister, because my sister was disgusted, and she works there because she's like, she knows that that's like a fucking no here, And so when we go walk over to the checkpoint, I see a security guard standing in front, a Disney security guard, not like an Anaheim police officer, like Disney security guard. And I went over and said, "Hey, dude," I said, "So this is going to sound really, really random and really disgusting." I said, "But there's a used condom at the bottom of that escalator over there." And he goes, "Oh, dude, sick! What the fuck?" And he goes, "Dude," thank you for telling me." He's like, "Oh, what the fuck, dude?" And I was like, "Yeah." I said, "You're literally the first employee I've seen since seeing it, so that's why I'm telling you." I was like, "So, I was like, I know it's not your job to do it, but I know I needed to tell somebody that, hey, there's a used condom over there. I mean, that's not only just not just a cleanliness thing, but that's like a biohazard thing,
True, and plus, you don't want little kids going up to their mommy and daddy first day at Disneyland.
Imagine that a little kid fucking steps in it and they get stuck to a chew, and he's just walking around with a used condom. Yeah. So
and then the kid, once he realizes it's stuck on his shoe, and peels it off, and he's like, "Mommy, what is this?" You just hear screams from that mother.
Yeah,
that poor mother.
Yeah.
But that's disgusting.
Yeah. So that should have been the tipping point. And
that's when you should have just turned around, got on the escalator to go back up to the roof.
Probably.
And then gone over to Knott's Berry Farm.
Yeah, right. Probably. But yeah, no, once we got in the park, we, headed to California first, walked around California, and, to be honest, I don't think California has that many great rides. There's like maybe one or two, Goofy Sky School, Soaring Over California, or Soaring Over the World now. And that's really about it. I mean,
they're okay. There's a roller coaster with the loop. That was pretty fun.
Yeah, the Incredicoaster.
I always liked the Toy Story one.
The Mania?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always thought that was fun.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. It just, I walked through there and I saw San Francisco. It's where Fisherman's Wharf used to be. It's now San Francisco, and it's Big Hero 6. Never seen it before. And we walked through. My sister was like, "Yeah, it's not really that great during the day. At nighttime, it's even better because all the lights are on, and you can see all like the Baymaxes that they put in the lights and all the decorations and stuff." Walked through Avenger Campus. So we walked around, that, and then Hollywood Boulevard or whatever it's called. I don't know. I kind of walked through it, saw like what they were doing, and I don't know, just didn't really feel like getting on many rides. The ones that I was kind of interested on, they were like 50, 60-minute waits, and I was like, nah. I was like, this early? Nah, I don't feel like waiting this early, you know. So I grabbed a cookie, she grabbed a coffee and a croissant, and we headed out over to Disney side because I was like, let's hop over there, get on a few rides, maybe over there. Went over that way. We did see that they were filming on Main Street.
Oh.
Allegedly, Catherine Hahn was there. She was the one played Hagatha. No, Agatha.
Yeah, I saw something popped up on Instagram.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so she was there filming something. My sister said that they were told it was something like Oswald, something like that.
Oh, okay.
So that was pretty cool to kind of see that they're kind of filming. They're filming in the Penny Arcade. So of course, they weren't letting anybody in there. But I mean, it was just cool to kind of see all the setup and all that stuff.
Pretty cool.
Went down to Tomorrowland. Astro Blasters, like a 70 to 90-minute wait, zigzagging all out.
You saw all the times.
Yeah.
And you're like, no.
I was like, okay, well, maybe Star Tours. No, Star Tours is closed for refurbishment. Okay, well, let's go see Space Mountain. Space Mountain, 70 minutes, which is usually average, but I was like, don't really feel like waiting. I'll come back later when the parades are on,
Mm-hmm.
Went around. Of course, Autopia was like no wait, but I was like, I'm not doing Autopia.
You don't want to smell that gasoline?
Yeah. I was like, no, this is probably one of the worst rides over in Tomorrowland,
It sounds good. It's always pretty quick to get on.
It was great as a kid because it was it was supposed to be like futuristic as a kid, but now it's like, geez, this is like 20 years in the past,
Yeah, it feels like the go-karts at old Mulligans and Torrance.
Right.
Even those are better than Autopia.
Because they weren't on that weird track where it's like you got to keep it perfectly straight, otherwise you hit that center divider and you bounce around
left and right, and then you're just hearing all day.
And then there's like a restrictor plate for like certain parts where it's like you get to go fast, and then like they purposely slow you down,
and it's like,
and it's like, what's the point in this?
I just want to go 10 miles per hour.
Exactly.
Is that too much to ask?
Exactly. But no, you got to go 4.
Yeah.
And
can I ask you something?
Yeah.
So you didn't get on many rides.
Yep.
You just hung out with your sis.
Yeah.
Good times.
Mm-hmm.
You've been on all the rides before in the past.
Yeah.
So you probably didn't feel the need. Okay, there's this thing that came up on social media.
Okay.
And it was making headline news, and I kind of just want to hear your take on it. It's called the Disney Adult.
Okay.
Did you hear about this?
I've heard of Disney Adults. Yes.
Basically, it's like the theme park Disneyland was kind of created for, families with small children.
Right.
But now those small children are now adults.
Uh-huh.
And the adults are now the ones spending tons of money on, say, merchandise, on themselves. You can get alcohol there.
Yeah.
These are all adult things. A lot of the money is being spent on adults, which typically you would have thought it's for the kids.
Yeah.
But there's all these Disney adults, and one idea I heard is that they're taking up all the space at this place that's meant for kids.
Well,
what do you think? Because I was fascinated with this Disney adult thing. We're both adults.
Yeah.
We like Disney. I'm older now. Last time I went to Disneyland, I really didn't care to get on all the rides. I just enjoyed seeing my kids look around and see what's there. And what do you think? I mean, a lot of money that Disney makes is from the adults and the merchandise sales and all that stuff. I get it. It's big business. But on the other hand, I thought about it. I'm like, Disneyland is supposed to be for the kids. That was like the main target audience. What do you think?
Well, let me put it this way. If it's supposed to be for kids, why are the prices so non-kid friendly?
I agree.
I mean, if they really are trying to say, oh yeah, this is just for kids, okay, lower the prices. Because I mean,
you would get more adults going.
But lower the prices and then make it only kid friendly. Make it only like
maybe raise the adult prices but lower the kid prices.
You could do that too. But I mean, but I think that the whole Disney adult thing has been kind of like a negative term for just fans of Disney. I mean, if you think about it, there's there's all like that would be like if you like made fun of adults for liking, or like adults, people our age now, for liking like newer bands. I mean, do they? Is there a target audience? I mean, I could see if it was like, you know, there was like 4 guys that used to do like kid songs. They even had a show, on like a Disney Channel show.
The Jonas Brothers?
No. These were like they made songs for like 6-year-olds.
The Wiggles?
The Wiggles. It if it was like an adult saying, "Hey, you know, the Wiggles are actually really good," I could see that as being like, "Well, they're not really made for you." But I mean, this is like I said, it's. I'm trying to think of like a new band of today.
A new band of today. That's a great question. What's really big right now, and the only reason I know this is because of my kids, is the Netflix movie K-pop Demon Hunter.
Oh,
my kids like know the songs because they play them on. You know, they say, "Hey Siri, play me this."
Okay. So we'll use a K-pop. Okay, we'll just use the general the genre. Would you feel the same way as an adult liking K-pop to an adult liking Disney?
Well, that's a tough one because I'm not a huge fan of K-pop to begin with.
I'm not either.
I understand.
I'm also not really that big of a Disney fan, but I mean, I do enjoy it. But it's just.
Would you enjoy it if you paid the actual price? Because you got in because of your sister.
Yeah.
Will you enjoy it if you paid that $200 ticket?
Probably. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well.
I mean, because then I would feel like I would have to like go on the rides. You know. I mean, I would enjoy it either equally.
You would stand in that 2-hour line for Indiana Jones and be like, "I'm getting on this because if I don't, I'm going to hate this place."
No, I wouldn't go that far, but I mean, then I would feel like, you know, I'm getting my money's worth, you know.
True.
But I mean, the whole Disney adult thing, I think, is just not to get political, but I feel like that's like a slur that conservatives have been trying to use against like liberals. Because I feel like that's the only time I ever really hear people go, "Ugh, Disney adults," but it's like, yeah, they're Disney adults. You know, there's Disney kids too. Like,
you make a good point. You know, there are fans of Disney. You can't. You know, they do buy the merchandise.
Yeah,
I get it.
Yeah, but now, I mean,
I guess I'm getting older now, and it's like
you're getting grouchier.
I'm getting grouchier for sure, and I don't want to spend that kind of money to go to Disneyland anymore. I've been there. But I had the annual pass. I know what's there.
But now let me ask you this. The Disney adults that you see, do they have kids or are they kidless, I guess you could say?
The ones that get that name are the kidless ones.
Okay. I mean either way, I don't have anything wrong with it, but I mean, what does it matter? I mean, if they're adults or not, who gives a shit? You know, it's just.
I guess it's just the long wait times and the crowds.
But I mean,
maybe it's me getting older. I hate crowds so much more now.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a big fan of crowds either.
I used to be able to tolerate it back in our 20s.
But then again, I mean, it wasn't every line was 70 to 80 minutes. And honestly, now, it seems like you have to figure out the times to go. Like I always tell people. If you are really dedicated on going and seeing Disneyland and doing everything, go on a rainy day. I don't mean just like a little misty day. I mean like when we get like those, what they call the atmospheric rivers, those are the days to go on. Because then there's nobody going to be there because nobody wants to get wet. So, but most of the rides are operational. So go on that day and you'll get the full ride experience. But now if you want to get like a parade, like if you want to see that, if you want to see like the fireworks and get like the visual aspect, of course you got to go on a beautiful sunny day, and you got to deal with the crowds. But I mean, there's something there for everybody.
Or go when school's in session.
I will say this though: the one thing that I do hate with the fucking passion about Disney and going to Disneyland are the resellers. They're the people that flood all the stores, flood all the merchandise, and grab as many as they can. 20, 30 of the same item, just so they could then sell them through third parties.
Like online or something?
On eBay, on Facebook Marketplace, on their own websites or whatever. I do know that Disney has been trying to crack down on those and basically trying to ban them from using their imaging. Because, I mean, it is copyrighted stuff. So if they don't have that licensing to do it, but it's an uphill battle for Disney because you can get someone that goes in there, buys 20, 30
Yeah, it's almost like pirating.
Pretty much. Buy 20, 30 of them. Turn them around, jack up the price 3-4 times so they can make a profit off of it, and they could sell them on eBay within
It's kind of like what
hours.
people do with like Ticketmaster tickets. They buy them and then
scalpers basically.
It's funny because I remember the same exact thing when the Ford Bronco came out. Remember how it was a big deal? And then you had to be on a wait list. People would buy them, and then like a week later resell them for like 10 grand more.
Yeah,
because it's like, oh yeah, I'm the only one that has one.
Yeah.
And it's like, those people.
And it's the same thing.
That's a pet peeve of mine, for sure.
And it's the same thing at Disney because they just released their Halloween line of merchandise.
Yeah, that's popular.
And I was seeing videos of grown men that weren't even there for Disney. They were just there for the merchandise. Just to snatch up as much merchandise as they can of this Halloween stuff
and make a profit. That's
and try to make a profit. And that when it comes to quote unquote Disney adults, that is who I hate the most.
Yeah, there's just something very slimy about that.
I know it's not just that. It's literally just about anything. I mean, people say, like if you go to like sneaker stores, if there's a sneaker coming up, look at the lines that are outside. Not a single person in those lines wears those sneakers. They're all there just to snatch up as many pairs as they can, come up, buy them, and then just end up reselling them for
like double the price.
More most of the time.
That's insane.
But it's and it's starting to spread over into like Yu-Gi-Oh cards and Pokemon cards. The same thing. I mean, I've seen videos of Sam's Club or Costco. I think it was Sam's Club. Had some exclusive Pokemon cards not that long ago, and there's videos of people buying pallets of them just so they could go and resell them on their own because they knew that it was a Sam's Club exclusive, and not everybody may not have Sam's, or people may not have that kind of card there, so they go and they resell them, and people are willing to buy it. I mean, there are people out there that are just addicted to buying them that will buy it. So basically, they're taking advantage of that. But that is the only thing that I absolutely hate about a place like Disneyland is that there's that. And I mean, like I said, they're trying to find ways to crack down on it, but it's hard for you to do it. A bunch of people have been saying that they should limit it to a person, but then who's to say that they're not sending people in there, because like I wouldn't doubt people would be like, hey, I'll give you $50 right now if you go in there and buy this, or hey, here's $100 bill, go and buy this one size for me, bring it back out. It's just those are the quote unquote Disney adults that I hate. But otherwise than that, I don't mind the lines when they're like 40, 50 minutes. But the one reason why I wasn't going to wait in those lines is because of, you've seen the sunburn on my head. That's just from 3 hours walking around. Can you imagine standing in one spot for an hour? I would have been fried more than the fried chicken you get over at the Plaza Inn. So it would have been bad.
Can I tell you my my sunburning story?
Okay.
Because I too.
Just so I can finish the Disney stuff real quick.
Oh, back to the condom on the floor.
After we walked around for the 3 hours, and we saw that, we were like, let's just eat something and go. For my sister and I were, I told my sister, I was like, why don't we just go get beer, go back to the house and watch TV.
Let me guess, you saw a tampon on the floor.
No, we saw the same condom that was still there in the same spot. 3 to 4 hours out later.
So the guy that was like, oh man, thanks for telling me, I'm going to take care of that.
Didn't even see him after that. So once I saw that, I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I just went up. I was like, I'm not here very often. So now if I come back, like let's say in 2-3 months and it's still there, then yes, there is going to be, I'll fucking go and I'll grab Mickey by the hand and walk him over and be like, look at your, aim your big head down. Look, because then that would have been, that'd be unacceptable. But
you spoken like a true Mouseketeer.
It's, yeah, for 3-4 hours in the same spot, given how crowded everything is, there's been people going up and down those steps, up and down those escalators, and nobody decided to look down and say, like, hey, wait a minute, this is here, You
know what? We need more people like you. It's like you can make a big difference in this world.
I mean, hell, I stepped in gum in Disney.
That's annoying.
Right?
I hate when you step in gum and then it sticks to your shoes and you take another step and it makes like a web. Yeah.
Well, not only that, but for me, it's funny. Like when I stepped on Main Street, I knew I stepped in something because not after that, but my foot started to slide more. And I didn't bother to look down because I was like, there were a crowd. So I was like, okay, I don't want to slow it down. We're heading out. And then finally, I think I got outside of the gates, and I was like, and I looked down, and I was dragging along like a napkin attached to the gum, and that's what was making me slip. So I mean, the gum is still in my shoes. It's not these shoes that I'm wearing, but it's the gum that the other shoes that I have at the house. But God, Marcelo,
everything you just said, I was going to say, the magic for me is slowly drifting away,
Yeah.
Tinkerbell's little pixie dust, fairy dust, it's kind of washing away from me.
Yeah.
And then you tell me this condom story and stepping in gum, and I'm like, yeah, it's totally gone. There's no more magic.
Yeah. But you know what? I mean, I could see people hating Disney when you have a family, because then
you're spending way more.
Exactly. And that they want to buy more. That they're falling for, like if it's like, let's say a Mickey t-shirt. If they have it in 4 or 5 different colors all throughout the year, your kids are going to want to get them. But as someone that doesn't have kids, someone that really doesn't want kids, I'll go there every day, all day long.
I probably mentioned this on the podcast before, but do you remember stop me if I already told the story, but we got food at that one place right across from the Finding Nemo ride. There's like a burger place, chicken tenders. And I was trying to figure out with my daughter what she wanted to drink. I'm like, what do you want to drink? There's soda, there's milk, there's water, there's a fruit smoothie. And she's like, I want the fruit smoothie.
Okay.
I'm like, all right, I'll take the fruit smoothie. It's at like $5.99. It was a freaking Danimals.
Oh, yeah.
A little Slurpee thing that the ones that I buy here at Food for Less.
Yep.
I mentioned this on the podcast, didn't I?
I don't know, but
I probably did somewhere.
But I mean, that's with anything. I mean, they sell Monsters there for $8, $9, almost $10. When I went to 7-Eleven before here, they have a deal 3 for $6 or 3 for $7 or something like that. So, I mean, hey, the mouse has to get his cut. Did you ever watch that episode of South Park when they talked about that? How like basically Mickey Mouse is like almost like a cartel boss or like a mafia boss going around smacking the shit out of people because he's not getting his money. So, I mean, that's basically what it is, But
well, thank you for sharing with us your Tuesday.
I did tell my sister that we've got to really kind of like find the days for them and like the best days to go and then go. But I did tell her, I said, if it was maybe like a Halloween decorations or like Christmas decorations, I could see staying longer. But given that it was like 85, 88 degrees, not a cloud in the sky, no real shade, just heat. I was like, there's no way I'm going to be able to put up with all the people, the crowds, the lines, and the heat. It's just not going to happen. Wintertime when it's colder, I'll stand in lines all day long. But yeah, not like that.
Well, Marcelo, we got to move forward.
Yeah.
And I was going to talk about my vacation, but I'm going to just save it for Dad's story.
Okay.
Because we're going in about half an hour, so we got a huge laundry list of stuff to still get through. So right now, I want to take time to do a special simple shout outs. All right, so simple shout outs is part of the show where we shout out either someone who wrote into the podcast or wants to be shouted out, or left us a comment, emailed us, dropped us a message on Instagram or whatever. Everyone's welcome to be part of the Simple Shoutouts. Feel free to reach out to us on Instagram, email us at simpletimespodcast@gmail.com. And what's the other? We're on Facebook. Yeah, write to us and you'll be featured on Simple Shoutouts. We'll shout you out. So today's Simple Shoutout, so this is a special one, Marcelo, is from a coworker of mine. We're going to shout out her daughter's business. And this is how it went down. So I have a coworker. She came up to me and she said, "Hey, would you like to buy some of my daughter's ceviche?" Explain to our listeners what ceviche is, Marcelo. You know, we got listeners. They don't know a darn thing. What's ceviche?
I got to admit, I've never had ceviche.
But you know what it is?
I know it's fish of some kind.
I believe it's shrimp, crab, and it's it kind of looks like salsa that you would dip your chips in. So, okay.
I've seen it, but like I said, I mean, I don't really know too much of what's in it. I've never had it. Like all I know is that it's like chopped up fish.
Tomatoes, cucumbers.
Ceviche. It's like its own category of food almost.
The great thing about living in 2025 is you could just say Google it and people could instantly figure out what it is. So Look it up if you don't know what ceviche is. It's a delicious, delectable fish food / I don't know. You could do all kinds of stuff with it. You could eat it by itself. You could eat it with chips. You could put it on stuff.
I've seen people put it on like tostadas and eat it like that.
Exactly. I'm sure our listeners.
I'm also not really a big fish person.
Oh, okay.
I like shrimp, but I mean I'm not really like a big fish eater. So
that explains it.
Yeah,
and to be honest, this is the second time I've ever tried ceviche.
I know it's very popular.
It's good.
Guys bring it for lunch all the time at work. So I mean,
it's delicious,
especially during the summer because it's like colder. It can be like cold, and then they can add like lemon and lime juice to it.
Oh yeah. You can definitely add lime. I didn't add lime to this time, but anyway, if people listening, if they saw our title of this podcast, "Vacationing Vatos," if they were drawn to this podcast because of that title, they know what ceviche is. So I want to shout out my coworker's daughter's small business. So as I was saying, she says to me, "Hey, Andrew, would you like to try my daughter's ceviche? She's starting a little company. She sells ceviche at school. And do you want to support small business? My daughter's 16. And of course, any good person, when they hear that spiel, you're like, of course. And so I'm like, so how much? She's like, oh, it's $10. You get a 16-ounce little tub. And it'll be ready on Saturday. So I'm like, all right, yeah, sure. Sign me up. And so Saturday rolls around. I get to my desk at work, and my little bag is sitting right there on my desk. And I'm like, oh wow, this is nice. I open it up. There's a bag of chips in there, and I'm like, oh sweet, it comes with a bag of chips. A little bit of lime. Like a little spicy thing inside, and like a nice sized little tub of ceviche. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna eat this while I'm delivering the mail, just snack on it. And I will tell you, it was delicious. So I'm gonna shout out the Instagram for this ceviche page. The handle is Ceviche.
Did we lose you?
It's all in one. It's in like one word, and it's very. I hope I don't screw this up. Ceviches la Camilita, and then the name underneath that, the full name is Mariscos Estilo Nayarit al Cienazo. So what I will do, because that's a mouthful for me at least, is I'm going to include that in the show notes. I'm going to include the Instagram handle so that you can go over and check out this small business, Ceviche La Camilita. I will say, Marcelo, it is really delicious. And if you're listening, please go over there, follow this page, give them a like, give them a follow. Support small business. This is a 16-year-old girl just having a little side hustle. You know, she's just trying to learn some trigonometry and how to write a 5-page essay, and trying to, you know, learn some geometry and physics and stuff and biology. And on the side, she's making some delicious ceviche. So I will put the Instagram handle in the show notes. Go check it out. And Marcelo, that is our simple shout outs. Okay, Marcelo. Well, I remember when you walked in, you said something wild that I couldn't believe.
Yep.
You said that your neighbor tried to straight up murder you.
She didn't try. She threatened.
Oh, she threatened.
Threatened.
Well, a threat can lead to death.
Yeah. So this neighbor, there has been a history, not with me, but just a history in general with the complex.
Okay, so let's set this up. This is within your building.
Within my building complex,
And you live in like, what, is it like a 10 unit?
45.
45 unit. So one of your neighbors, is it the next door?
No. Her unit is kind of by itself amongst the other units. Did you ever come over to the old place? The place that the other Narbonne place that I was at?
No, I don't remember that. I just remember last year.
Yeah, so it seems to be a common structure amongst, you know, up and down Narbonne, where usually each complex will have 2 units, one in the front, one in the back, that's like standalone.
Oh, okay.
And you know, rather than being in the row of units, they're standalone. So they're usually a little bigger, a little more spacious. Usually what I prefer, because we got spoiled, because we didn't have to worry about, you know, noise upstairs, below us, side, you know, so it's nice. So she lives in that, and she moved in, maybe it's been about 2 years now, maybe, if that, she's been there. When she moved in, we kind of, you know, never really saw her. Once in a while, I'd kind of see her get to her car and leave. And
she like an older lady,
no,
younger?
She looks like maybe, if not our age, maybe like a couple years younger, maybe late 20s, early 30s, you know, so close. That's what it looks like.
Okay. Millennial-ish.
Kind of. And then all of a sudden one day, like 2 years ago, we started hearing multiple voices coming from inside her unit one day. So we're like, okay, you know, she's got company. But
like friendly voices or angry voices? Just voices?
Couldn't really tell at the time. Just kind of sounded like, you know,
people talking?
Yeah.
Not people fighting though.
No.
Just, okay.
A little loud, but I wouldn't say fighting.
Okay.
And but then and it's not like we're focused in on her unit. We literally have to pass by her unit to get to the stairs to go down.
Okay.
So it's something that we pass by 3, 4, 5 times a day, just casually walking by. So from walking by, both my dad and I at separate times throughout the day started noticing that we never see anybody else go in or out of her unit, just her. And so we were like, okay, you know, whatever. Maybe it was just the TV, phone, whatever it is. Didn't really pay much attention to it. Again, it was just, it's in passing. It's her business, not ours. One day, almost 2 years ago, towards the beginning of her moving in, I happen to walk down to the laundry room, and I hear someone in there yelling, but like angrily, like talking down to someone. And I'm just kind of like, who the hell's getting into a fight in the laundry room, you know? So I go in there, and I happen to look in, and I don't see anybody. So I'm like, this is weird. But I still hear the voices. So mind you, I'm looking through the window. And so I'm like, okay, well, let me go inside to kind of peek in. I peek in. That neighbor is sitting in the middle of the room, in between the machines, back facing the door, yelling at herself.
When you say sitting on the floor?
On the floor.
Like,
so we meet
like crisscross applesauce style?
Kind of. Yeah.
Sitting on the floor.
Sitting on the floor.
And she's yelling at herself.
So I assumed she's got AirPods in.
Okay, maybe
she's got her hair
screaming
down.
at someone on the phone. Okay.
So I'm like, all right, she's having a conversation. I'll let her have her moment. I'll go back upstairs and just wait.
Yeah.
So I go back upstairs. Again, I keep hearing her yelling. So I'm like, oh, wow, whoever she's chewing out pretty good. So she finally goes into her unit. So I head down, start doing my laundry. And then I put my laundry in, went upstairs, time to put them in the dryer, go downstairs, throw them in the dryer. As I'm going downstairs, I hear her coming out of her unit, yelling at herself. So, and I'm like, holy shit, like, who the fuck is she yelling at? Now I'm starting to get a little, like, curious, because it's like, you're going on for almost 40 minutes of just yelling, and I'm not paying attention really what she's saying. I'm just hearing the tone.
What does she look like?
Asian girl.
Okay.
Just Asian girl, black hair, again, our age.
Overweight, thin?
Nah, if
average,
if that matters, I'd say maybe average, a little chubbier.
I'm a visual guy. I want to picture the person that's doing this.
And so it's like I said, again, I'm just like, okay, whoever she's yelling at, I'm just gonna keep on going. Go in, put my clothes in the dryer, and then as I'm walking over to the stairs, she comes around the corner to the stairs. And it felt like she was like getting on my heels as I was going up. So I'm like looking back, kind of like, who the fuck is and again, she's still yelling. So now I'm like, I know she's not yelling at me,
Okay.
Because I keep hearing her say you're sad, and it's like she keeps repeating this stuff. So now I'm starting to wonder, okay, there's something else going on here. This isn't just her talking on the phone with someone, That was when we started noticing and realizing when we would hear these multiple voices, there would be nobody else around. And then she would start coming outside more, yelling at herself. And it started getting worse and worse as the days go on. Started noticing more and more of her coming outside. Then we started realizing, okay, there's something mentally unstable about her.
So would you think like maybe she has Tourette's or?
No, because I've seen
type of...
From what I've seen of like people really with Tourette's, not the ones that are like faking it to get like the quirkiness and the attention, like people with like legit Tourette's, it doesn't go on for this long, and it's usually in bursts. This is like a constant hour-long plus of just yelling at yourself, like you're having a conversation, like you're trying to grill someone. It's like a constant thing. So months and months go by, we hear it, but we're like, you know what?
So like maybe she's bipolar?
Well, we find out later on, or I find out later on, won't say how because I don't think it's a legal way to find out. She's manic bipolar depression. Manic bipolar schizophrenia, which it might also be a depression as well. But either way,
that reminds me. Years back, there was this girl that would come to our church with her mom, and she was definitely bipolar.
Mm-hmm.
She would like make a scene in the church services sometimes, be loud and happy one minute, and then angry and whatever. The other, I remember this one time, I was just coming to say hello to her, and I was like, "Oh, hey, how are you doing?" She goes, "Why?
Okay,
why?" And she gave me this death stare. I'm like, "Oh, I just wanted to say hello." This is before I knew she was crazy, and
not crazy, just bipolar.
Well, sorry.
Because so far this doesn't sound crazy. It just sounds like mental imbalance. She needs some mental help.
Yeah.
So,
and she was like, "Why?"
Let's not list them crazy until I finish my story, and then you can tell the difference between what would be crazy and what would be just mentally unwell.
I apologize for our sensitive listeners. But yeah, like one minute she'd be like, "Oh, hi, it's so nice to see you," and then next second, like, "Why are you saying hi to me? I don't want to talk to you." Okay. I'm like, "Oh," And so then that's when I realized, okay, there's something unstable here. Something's going on. And then I didn't see her for the longest time until I started delivering mail in Redondo Beach. And I'm like, oh, that's the girl.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's funny because one of our church members called her Space Cadet.
Okay.
And that stuck with me forever. I'm like, oh, that's not politically correct, but it's hilarious. Anyway,
Space Cadet for what?
Like, flying to the moon.
Because she's out there.
Yeah, because she's out there.
Okay.
Anyway,
like at this point that would be a dream to live next to someone like that.
So this gets crazier.
Yeah. So I mean, there were times within the months following that. The initial realizing, oh shit, there's something wrong here, where she would come outside and she would just be outside of her door in the patio, not yelling at anybody or like the walkway, because it's all outdoor walkway. It's not like we're in like an enclosed building, where she would just be to herself, yelling at herself, crying. I mean, just going through the motions, but just to herself, not pointing or talking to anybody else, but just to herself. And that's when we were kind of like, okay. And I have also heard some other neighbors say, like, they were getting a little uneasy because they were hearing so many voices coming out of there, but there's nobody else there, and they were just kind of getting a little creeped out.
I mean, understandably,
right, yeah.
Out.
And I mean, at the time I was too, because I was like, we didn't know what was going on, But now once I was like, okay, I kind of understand now.
Like if something serious was going on, you'd want to do something and help.
Right. Flash forward to about a year ago. Okay, so she's been there for about a year and a half now, maybe about a year. But about a month or two prior to a year ago, so we're talking about a year, 2 months ago, I started noticing that there was somebody that was always coming to see her every week, every 2 weeks or so, and there was always something around their neck. Kind of like almost like credentials and a badge. And I didn't think too much of it. I was like, oh, I don't know where they're coming from. Maybe they're a new neighbor or something like that. But then one day she came walking down the steps one day when I was about to go walk up. I said hi to her. She said hi back. This visitor that I was seeing. And then I had gotten a brief glance at the badge that she was having, and she was a social worker working for the county of LA.
Okay.
And then I put two and two together. Oh, this is my neighbor's social worker.
Right.
So she does have a file. There is a history of mental illness, and it has been taken up with the county, and they're doing checks.
Okay.
So clearly I'm like, okay, so she's been institutionalized at some point.
Okay. Yeah, because one of my first questions would be, if she's living alone, I would imagine she's able to work and pay rent.
Well,
that's what my first thoughts like.
That would be, but
she's probably well enough to work. That's my first thought.
Well, she's not.
Oh,
her parents bought the unit because the unit was up for sale. Her parents bought the unit for her, so the parents are taking care of the money aspect for this.
Okay,
because I mean,
that answers that question.
My dad has said that he has talked to her because their parking spots are literally right next to us, and when my dad would be down there either leaving or coming, and he would see them, he would say hi and all that stuff. And I guess he claims that, I mean, I don't know how true it is because I wasn't there, that he did talk and they did say, oh yeah, we bought the place, gave it to her, all that stuff. Okay, cool, whatever. So again, and then I see social work and I'm like, oh, okay, she's here doing checks. So, occasionally I would say hi. I wouldn't ask. I just kind of, again, I'd say hi, recognize her, all that stuff. One day I come home and I notice that the social worker standing in front of my neighbor. Her name's Angela. We'll just say Angela. That's the neighbor's name is Angela. Just to make it easier. So call her my neighbor, Angela. Social worker's in front of Angela's house. So I go by, I said hi, said hi again to social worker. She said hi back. Walk upstairs and into the house. Put my stuff down. Realize, oh shit, because we had gotten new shoes at work. I was like, I left my shoes downstairs. So I go downstairs to get them. And I see that, and as I go out, I see that Angela had let the social worker into the house. Okay. Door was, both the door and the screen door were kind of still open. So I just kind of, walked around, went down the stairs, went to my car, came back upstairs. I come back upstairs, I come in the house, I set my shoes down, the box down, and I mean, maybe 5 minutes, if that, I start hearing yelling, like angrily yelling. So I come outside, coming from her unit. I come outside. Angela has the social worker not physically pinned, but like, how would you like, what's the term? Like just by using her presence, like overcrowding this social worker and getting in her face, yelling and yelling and yelling, to the point where one of our other neighbors comes out and says, Angela, what's going on? Angela, what's going on? Snaps Angela out of it briefly. Angela goes back inside her unit, slams the screen door, slams the wooden door, locks them. The social worker starts breaking down crying. And we're like, what's going on? What happened? And she gets on the phone and she starts talking and she starts telling, I can't do this anymore. I don't know. I'm not coming back here anymore.
Whoa.
Then the social worker yells on the phone, she threw boiling hot water in my face.
Jeez.
And then that's when the neighbor that came out, name is Dan, stopped her, and a couple people stopped her down there and checked her out, and they were like, oh my God. So once I heard that, I came out and I called 911 because I was like, okay, she needs to go. Like this lady, now she's becoming, like Angela's becoming violent. We've been kind with all of like her yelling, her coming out, her tantrums, whatever it is, because it's been just yelling to herself. Yeah, it's creepy. Yeah, it's scary, but she's doing it to herself. But now she's starting to assault people with boiling water.
That's scary.
That had to have been either intentional or I mean that if it was like a sane moment, then she had to have been doing that intentionally, because even if you have like those quick little teapots like boil water fast, it still takes a couple minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And if the social worker was
hot liquids, ain't no joke.
Exactly.
I mean, remember the story, the McDonald's
spilled
coffee on the lady's lap?
Yeah. Well,
always have to bring up McDonald's on this.
I know.
Podcast.
Yeah, you do.
You have to, but yeah, boiling stuff is no joke.
So I call, and the social worker runs out of the complex, and I'm trying to chase after her to kind of because I'm trying to tell him like where she's going, you know. So I get out there, I tell him where she's going. She went down to the Target down the street, and I tell him that, and county fire department meets up with her. I see them out there treating her. Sheriffs come to me. And they're asking, okay, what happened? So I'm telling them, I'm like, I said, I didn't see anything inside. All I saw was what happened outside. Saw Angela basically intimidating her up against the wall, talking down to her, trying to overpower her, yelling at her. One of our neighbors, Dan, came out once he said her name. Hey, Angela, what's going on? That seemed to kind of like break her out of whatever it was that she was going on. Went into the house, closed the door. Social worker yelled. She threw boiling water in my face. Then I hear over the deputy's radio that she did suffer second, possibly even third degree burns to the face, neck, and chest.
The social worker?
The social worker.
Wow.
Found out later through a credible source that yes, the social worker in fact did suffer from second and third degree burns to the face, neck, and chest area, and her eye.
Oh.
Yeah, so once that got out, and once that information was made known to the complex, through not me telling anybody, but because there would be detectives that were coming by regularly. There were deputies that were coming by doing checks. LA County has the sheriff's department has a mental health unit that arrives to calls like this for violent attacks. Mm-hmm. So they came out, and I guess they did talk to a few people trying to get information, and did happen to mention that yes, social worker was attacked. She has burns resulting from this boiling water incident.
Jeez.
From that point, for almost a year, Angela never stepped foot out of her unit.
Okay, so she remained
correct
at that complex.
Only her mom, her dad, for the first maybe 4 or 5 months, were showing up to take her trash out, to bring her groceries, to take care of her. Okay? Then the parents started showing up less and less. And then it started looking like they were trying to hire people So they were hiring, I'm assuming they're gardeners, because these guys would come up in gardening trucks and they would take the trash out. They would bring her stuff. They would take whatever she needed to be done. They would be there to do this. But again, she would never step foot outside. I mean, like literally, she would open the door and hand everything through the doorway. She would never step foot out. Then over the last 3 months or so, we've started hearing her leaving her unit, and we're like, and we were like, oh good, she's now coming out. Like, I mean, like not like, oh good, she's out here to assault us again. But I mean, like, it's like, okay, good, maybe she's getting out to get the fresh air. Maybe she's starting to snap out of this.
And then you were just like, all right, let me get my full body suit
wait,
on real quick. But good for her. But I'm just going to protect myself.
Well, I mean, once I get down to the end of it. But we would kind of notice around holidays.
Have you seen the sorry, this crossed my mind. When stunt doubles, they do their scenes of like being engulfed in fire, they put on this like Vaseline.
Oh yeah, the fire gel.
The fire gel. Every time you'd see her, you're like, Dad, get the fire gel. She's out here.
Yeah. But we would hear like at first it was like maybe once a month, then it became once a week, then it became almost every day of hearing her in her unit screaming, yelling.
So it started up again.
Constant. And we would always kind of notice holidays, usually when the time when they would say mental health is like the worst, we would start hearing more and more. 2 weeks ago, we heard her leave her unit, and she was in like high heels.
High heels?
We could hear it. I didn't see it.
She was click-clacking away.
You could hear it walking from her unit, again, yelling at herself.
You were like, Dad, dude, is there a Clydesdale that lives in our building?
My dad saw her. My dad was like, yeah, she's wearing heels, walking up. She walked up to the front, and then she turned around and came back. And she was talking, and like it's almost sounded like she had like a date. I don't know if either she thought she had a date or if maybe she actually did have a date or something. But it sounded like she either got stood up or got rejected or something.
Oh, so they were angry clickings.
They were very angry clickings. And she got into her unit, slammed the doors, and we didn't see from her for about 2 weeks. Until, what was it? It was yesterday. Yeah, Wednesday, yesterday. I'm sitting in the house alone. My dad had gone to get Chinese food.
At the Walk Express down the street?
Yes. Yeah.
That place is bomb.
You had it finally?
They give you giant portions.
But
last time I hung out with my buddy that lives in Colorado, he specifically wanted to get that for his grandpa.
Okay.
And I saw him order these giant styrofoam to-go boxes of Chinese food. Yeah,
they do pretty good portion.
And the old lady working the counter, she was like, you want a chicken egg roll? You want, I'll give you more. Anyway.
With the racist accent, I hope. Okay.
I mean, that's just how she sounded, okay? I thought I did a pretty good impression.
Sounded like City Walk from South Park.
But anyway, they packed the food in there. Yeah. And it looked delicious. I'm like, next time I'm in the area.
Pretty good food.
I'm going to have to get some of this food because it looks amazing.
Yep.
But last time I was in your area, I went to that Popeyes.
Yeah.
And it was good.
Yeah. I told you the dining room's pretty good size, huh?
Oh yeah, it's huge. Yeah. It was perfect. Way bigger than the one on PCH in Hawthorne.
Right.
But you know what's the Cajun sparkle sauce? The what do they call it? Cajun sparkle, I think is what they call it. It comes in a little package. It's seasoning.
Oh, I didn't know that.
You just put it on whatever. I think it's called Cajun sparkle. Anyway, next time you're there, ask them for Cajun sparkle.
Okay, all right.
It's funny because my wife, she saw the new Target, and the whole time she was like, "Can we go?" And I was like, "No,
it's not that big of a Target.
No, it looks small.
It looks bigger. Looks bigger than it is. Once you go inside, it's like bare essentials. Like there's a few. Like there's the clothing in the middle. Grocery on the side. It's not that big. It's really not that big.
But still, going to Target with 3 kids. That's like $100 down the drain.
Yeah, they do have the toy section still. So
ew.
Yeah.
So yesterday, Wednesday.
Yeah. So my dad leaves to get Chinese food. I'm sitting on the couch and I hear Angela leave. So I'm like, okay, I'm just sitting on the couch, whatever. And then I kind of got thirsty, so I got up to go get water out of the fridge. And when I stood up, she was walking back. It looked like she walked. It sounded like, actually, and from what she was walking, she left her unit, went downstairs, went to the laundry room, maybe even going to the front. I don't know if she was going to leave or not, but she was walking back from that. When she was walking back, I noticed she had a bag in her left hand, and I noticed there was something else in her right hand. I wasn't paying attention at first, but when I did a double take, she was walking with a Michael Myers size kitchen knife.
Wow.
Yes. Yelling that she is gonna fucking kill them. She walked away going like, are you like I can't believe you're what's this? She said you're gay men, gay people. Oh wait, no, I can't say gay people, homosexual people. Yelling, mumbling. Most of her outbursts are very like mumbled. But you could hear words every so often. And it was kill them. I'm going to kill them. I'm going to find them. I'm going to kill them. They're after me. I'm going to kill them. That's kind of what I'd gathered through her rambles. So as soon as I saw that knife, oh, hello 911 again.
Well, yeah, she's holding a knife saying kill them.
Yeah. So
that's a bad sign right there.
So I called and I was like, my neighbor's walking around with a knife. She's mentally disturbed, so I'm not sure what she's after, but she's walking around with a knife, threatening to kill people. And immediately you hear them talking, and I'm telling them the description, telling them what happened. She walks up the stairs, goes to the second floor units, and she starts walking down the walkway. One of the neighbor, Dan, the one that comes out and talks to her, came out and was like, Angela, what's wrong? And she shut up, and she just kept walking like she was on a mission. And it looked like, I can't tell for sure, but it looked like on her way she was knocking on a couple doors or windows, because I could see them like rattling. But I know that a lot of the windows will rattle when you go walking by, so I don't know for sure on those. But then she got to Unit 15, which is down on the other end. Don't know why she was there, but I saw her pounding hard on the window, and then pounding hard on the screen door, knife in hand, not hand with the bag, but hand with the knife. And yelling, you need to come out. They're coming here. They're gonna be here. You need to come out. Come with me. I'll protect you. And
so she's pounding on windows and doors with a knife in her hand.
Yep.
But now offering protection.
Yeah, that's what it sounded like
to somebody.
So the people in 15 must have opened the door or somehow talked to her. Didn't open the screen door. I mean, if anything, they didn't open the screen door. They opened just the wooden door, or they talked to her some way. But somehow, some way, she was having a conversation, a legit conversation, telling them, you need to come outside. They're on their way. I'm going to protect you. And however way it happened, while I was on the phone 911, telling them, relaying everything, I think Unit 15 or somebody else called 911, because then I heard another dispatcher in the background saying the same thing. Wait, there's a woman in it with a knife where? And then they were relaying, saying, Unit 15. You're Unit 15. So she's at Unit 15. So I was like, okay, so now there's multiple calls coming in. And you hear police, you hear sirens coming, and this is the other crazy part. We are 200 feet away from a police station. It should not take 7 minutes for a response from the sheriffs if they're 200 or 300 feet away. There should be enough units there to be able to run down. Hell, they don't have to get into fucking squad cars. You can literally run out the front door, run down 4 or 5 units, and be at the doors. But there's sirens coming from all over. They get there. They come in, but so I'm getting ahead of myself. While I'm still on the phone with dispatch or with 911, she walks back. She finishes with 15. She starts walking back down the hallway. Right now, at this point,
knife in hand.
Yes, and there are more neighbors on my side of the complex because she's walking on the hallway across from us. On my side of the complex, coming in, going, "What the hell's going on?" And my direct neighbor, Aaliyah, think that's what her name is. I was like, I don't know, but Angela's walking in here with the knife. And she was like, oh shit. So she went back. She's got a newborn. So she went back inside.
Oh.
And Angela went walking down, and I'm telling them, like, you know, what she's wearing, what she looks like, what she's doing now. And she walks back into her, but when she gets to her unit, she turns around and looks at me, and with the knife starts like pointing it towards me and going,
whoa.
Are you my fucking stalker? Are you my fucking stalker? Are you the peeping Tom? Are you the one that's peering in there? You're peering in on my daughter. I have a daughter. You can't be looking at my daughter. She doesn't have a daughter, by the way.
Well, okay, but still, answer the question. Were you the peeping Tom?
But now, for the past 4 or 5 months,
you were a peeping Tom.
No, she has been opening the door and yelling out there, I see you on the wall. If you no, she's something like, you're on the wall. Get out. Get down off the wall. You're on the wall. Get off the fucking wall. I'm going to call the cops. And then she slams the door. And then a couple days later, again, quit knocking on my window. Quit pounding on my windows. Now there's nobody. Nobody goes, like, hardly anybody walks by her unit anymore. And she is yelling that there's somebody pounding on the windows, pounding on the doors, standing on the wall trying to get into her apartment, running around on the roof. Like, she's hearing all of these sounds, but nobody is anywhere near her unit.
Are you practicing ballet in your room or something?
Calm down.
Maybe you're making a lot of noise.
And so, but she's sitting there, and then she ends the accusing of the stalker and peeping Tom with, if you come near me, I'm going to fucking kill you.
She said that to you?
To me.
She was looking at you.
Looking at me,
pointing at eye sockets.
Pointing at me with the knife.
So you telling me she was looking into the windows of your soul?
Yes, Andrew.
With the knife in hand.
I'm glad you're not taking this as serious as I am. With someone threatening to kill me with a knife.
I'm taking it serious. I can't believe it.
I mean, you're the one that's, if you're going like, oh, you were murdered almost murdered yesterday,
dude.
And now are you practicing ballet in your room? So
I'm stunned that this happened to you.
And I'm
sorry.
Aaliyah was even like
giggly when I'm nervous.
Aaliyah had even peered out again and started laughing because she was like, what the fuck is this? And so I told the dispatcher, I said, she just threatened to kill me. I said, this is the first time that she has threatened to kill a specific person.
But hold up. Aren't you the guy that always has a pocket knife on hand?
I haven't carried one in a while, actually.
Oh.
And plus, I was basically kind of almost dressed like this. I was like in a tank top and like gym shorts. So, I was recovering from sunburn. So I was basically just chilling, not doing much.
True.
So once she went in, she must have seen the sheriffs because she went in, slammed the door, closed, locked the door. Because then I saw 2 deputies come walking up down the walkway. And I told the dispatcher, I said, okay, so deputies are here. So I hung up with them, came outside, and I was like, hey, I said, listen, I called. I said, she's in Unit 11. She came out. She threatened to kill me directly. Prior to that, she was just making threats to the air that she was going to kill somebody. She went to 15, talked to 15. I don't know what they talked about, but she kept pounding on the windows down there. Sounded like something about, they're coming after you. They're coming after me. You'll be safe with me. Something along those lines. I said, but she had like a Michael Myers size kitchen knife in her hand, silver, black handle, and she's now in there. Here's the problem that I've been having with sheriffs. And I mean, I get it. The laws say what the laws say. But they were out there for 10 minutes, pounding on her door, pounding on her window, giving her commands to come outside. She didn't come out. So then they just left.
Really?
They looked at it and said, hey, there's nothing we can do. No crime was committed in front of us. There's no crime that we know of that's been committed in the house. Just if you see her again, give us a call. And then they just took off.
Really? So they didn't even take your word that she threatened to kill you?
They took it with a grain of salt. They couldn't see anything. I guess whoever else called, I guess, could only give what they saw. But I guess it's not enough for them to wait and go in and pull her out.
You were hoping that they would bust open the door.
At this point, yes. Because
it would make sense. I mean, she threatened to kill you.
She's walking around with a weapon in a common area of the complex, pounding on people's doors and windows.
Creating a disturbance, yeah.
So, but all they said was they just let their mental health unit know and call if she ever comes back out.
So you're telling me you go back home tonight, she's going to be in her apartment.
Oh, yeah.
Presumably.
Yep. Oh, yeah, no, she doesn't leave. They took her car away. Her parents took her car away. She had a car, and one day, only because I had noticed it heading off to work one day when I was walking into my car, there was a huge chunk taken out of the car in the rear passenger, and then like 2 days later it was gone. Another 2 days or so it came back spotless, and then like a week after that, no, it was after the social worker event, it was gone. It disappeared. So
she's gonna kill you in your dreams.
Hey, maybe.
Is that Freddy Krueger?
Yes, yeah, that's Freddy Krueger. But
well, you're the horror guy. I'm not.
But yeah,
I'm glad I got it right.
That's how someone threatened to kill me yesterday.
That was yesterday. That's insane.
And
after being sunburned,
what
I should have happiest place on earth.
One thing I should have
the scariest place on earth because she's still living in that building in Lomita. Yours. Oh man.
One thing I should have done though, one thing I should have said, because she said it and my neighbor even heard it, I should have told them, Angela's saying that she's got that she's got a child inside, because she did tell me that she had a daughter. My neighbor heard it, that, hey, she's got a daughter. We don't know if she does have a kid in there, then clearly she has a hostage in there. So I should have probably said that, and they would have probably had to have done something. But given that it wasn't like a direct fact, and we all basically know that she doesn't have a kid, I mean, they would have taken that away from her a long time ago if these are the types of outbursts that she's having, you know. But yeah, no, I probably should have told them, hey, you know what? She said to us earlier, she has a daughter, she has a kid in there. So I don't know if that's true or not, but someone's got to get in there to find out.
That's insane, Marcelo.
All I know is that next time, that's what I'm going to have to say. I mean, like I said, I didn't say it. I'm not making it up. My neighbor heard it too, even though we kind of expect her not to have one. If somehow she does have a daughter in there, or she does have some type of child in there, they've got to go in there and confirm it.
All right, Marcel, I'm gonna ask you to do all of us a huge favor. We might have to
keep you guys updated.
Yeah, we're gonna have to call this Angela Watch,
because I mean within a year, this is the second time she has induced violence. I
wish you would have brought up Angela a long time ago. This sounds like an ongoing thing.
I think I did. I want to say I did at some point.
Did?
It's been a year.
I can't remember, but we're gonna call it Angela Watch.
Okay.
So next time,
Angela Alert.
Angela Alert. The Angela Files.
Yeah, right.
I don't know. We'll figure something out. But this is insane.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
This has been going on for a while.
It's getting there. Yeah.
You almost got killed, or threatened.
Mm-hmm.
So next time we meet up, you're gonna have to give me an update. Keep our listeners postponed. Make sure.
And here's
you're
one
still
of the
breathing.
things. Yeah. And here's one of the things that really pissed me off. That I mean, like I feel like one, I'm gonna definitely take it with the HOA, because I'm gonna let them know that now before it went from just yelling at herself to now walking to someone else's unit with a knife in hand, and hopefully that the HOA can do something to evict her, because I mean this is pretty. Now that she's threatening the public, I don't care where she goes at this point. Like if she's gonna start threatening the public with a knife, I don't care where she goes. She can't be there.
Yeah, it would be like if someone had like a dog that was torturing people or whatever.
Yeah,
you'd have to ask them to leave.
Mm-hmm. But the one thing that did piss me off that I did hear that day as well. Remember the neighbor Dan?
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, he was talked to by one of the neighbors, and he claims he didn't see or hear anything. He never even saw Angela.
I'm beginning to think maybe he just didn't want to be a part of it. He wanted to distance himself from the whole thing.
He is very sympathetic for Angela.
Oh,
because after the social worker, he did stop me like a day or two after, and was like, "Man, what a crazy day that was." And I was like, "Yeah," and we started talking about it, and he was like, "Man," he goes, "The sheriff's showing up?" I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Yeah, I had to call them," and he was like, "What?" I was like, "Yeah, I had to go." You called them? I said, "Yes." I said, "She assaulted a county worker. She assaulted a person. Doesn't matter if she's a county worker. She assaulted a person."
Mm-hmm.
And he was even the one that came into contact with the social worker first, looked at her dead in her face and goes, "It's not that bad. Don't worry about it. She's leaving." So he's trying to cover for her. And I mean, I get it. We all feel bad for her for dealing with these mental issues, but once you start going violent against somebody, you've got it, whatever, whatever sorriness you feel, whatever, what's the word?
Like sympathy or empathy.
Exactly. For them has to go out the window. You've got to start worrying about protecting the public now. I mean,
of course. Like, absolutely. I mean, yeah, I made a bad remark earlier, but obviously she's unstable. There's some mental health issue going on.
Yeah.
And it should be addressed and taken care of.
Exactly.
Of course we feel for her. Of course we want her to see her get better. Something is off. Maybe she needs some medication. She needs to see a psychiatrist.
And that's the thing is that if you have a social worker appointed to you in the county or the mental health unit, whoever knows of them, she has to be on medication. I mean, it's not just like you have one outburst and get assigned, social workers. It's got to be a history of it. There's got to be a paper trail of it. So I'm assuming and almost 100% sure there has to be a medication either she's not taking, medication maybe that's not working, or maybe even psychiatries have been like, hey, she needs to be institutionalized. And that's the reason why the parents bought this unit is she's out of our house. She's out of our hair. She's not our problem anymore, kind of a thing.
Yeah. So for sure, I feel for her, obviously, but, something has to be done. She can't be going around the building with a knife.
Nope.
She can't be banging on doors.
Yep.
And can't be threatening you.
Nope. Can't be threatening anybody.
Can't be throwing hot water on people.
Yep.
So, yeah. Yeah, I would say.
I mean, that's it's like that's strike two.
She has to go somewhere else.
And sheriffs have to come up with some kind of plan where, even if it takes all night, or even contacting the parents, contacting the actual, because I even heard one of the deputies say the dad's living in there, and no, the dad's not living in there. The dad may be maybe the name on the deed, but the dad's not living in there. She's living in there alone. And even if the dad was in there, so she does have a hostage. Fucking, you need to break down that door and fucking drag her ass out like that. Like it's like they had the reasons to do it, but they just didn't want to. And so county sheriffs need to step it up. I mean, this is starting to become a threat to public safety, and I mean, at what point does it happen to her? They drag her away when someone does actually get stabbed.
I would hope not.
Yeah, but I mean, that's kind of what it seems like they're going towards. And I know they're going to try to blame it on. Well, we don't have we don't have the laws that say this and that. But I mean, at some point, there's got to be you've got to kind of step over that and find the law that says you cannot be threatening the public. I mean, I get it. She's got mental issues. Like, I think when she threw out on the social worker and hell, there's a bigger police presence that this time there was only maybe 5 deputies. When she threw water on them, there was like 10 to 15 of them covering every single angle, less than lethal. I mean, like with like a presence. And now we get like 5, maybe 6, and it's like. Before she didn't even have a knife. She just had boiling water, and you guys made it seem like she had like shotguns and assault rifles pointed at the doors. Like, but now that she had a knife, now all of a sudden it's like, oh yeah, we'll just kind of show up with a taser. We'll be fine. So I don't know. They really need to step up, and they need to kind of, really. For
sure.
So
all right, Angela Watch. Can we call it Angela Watch?
Sure.
All right,
I'll keep you guys updated if when things do escalate again.
Tune in next
time. Which honestly, something tells me there's gonna be a boiling point pretty soon. Because
no pun intended.
If one thing I know about mental health as well is that the heat also tends to really bring out the worst too when it comes to mental health. So
all right, Angela Watch. We'll be staying tuned for more Angela Watch.
Yeah. So going from my possible murder story.
Trying to lighten the mood a little bit.
I see over here you put on their erect hotel room.
Yes, this is part of my dad's story. I got a dad story.
All right.
So my dad's story revolves around my vacation. Of course, when you're on vacation and you have kids, you try to keep the kids entertained. Yeah, I tried doing that a little bit. We went to the Cabrillo Aquarium in San Pedro. That was actually really fun. Yeah. They did a little puppet show for the kids, which was surprisingly really good.
It always shocks me as to how big it is. Like I've been there multiple times, and every time I go, I'm always like, oh my God, it really is this big. Like, it's a pretty good size.
There's a lot to see. However, they're doing some construction or renovation to one of their buildings. Okay. So we didn't get to see everything, but it was enjoyable. They had a lot to offer. So yeah, that was something that we did. Took the kids to some parks. But then the big thing was, over this past weekend, we went to Harrah's Casino Resort. Okay. Over in Rincon. That's the reservation, the Indian reservation. Okay. And over there, it's kind of like going towards Carlsbad in San Diego. Yes. But you go a little bit more, I want to say, east into the little like hills and valleys, and I'm not going to say mountain because you don't really go really high up into the mountains, but you know, it's kind of like a valley kind of. You do have to travel through the hills. Anyway, Harrah's Casino.
Did the hills have eyes?
They had cows. Okay. And a few horses.
And the cows and horses do have eyes.
That's true. I mean, so I guess the hills did have eyes.
All right.
But yeah, it was surprisingly a really nice trip.
I saw the pictures and videos that you posted, and it's one of those like hidden gems almost, it looks like.
Yeah, it kind of is.
Because after you posted it, I saw like one or two others, like nobody that I knew, but like I could see like in like a suggested kind of thing that went there as well, I guess. And yeah, I'd never even heard of it, and it looked fun.
Yeah. So, you know,
relaxing, I guess you could say.
It was pretty relaxing. Not as relaxing as you know, if you would have had no kids. But you know, that's just part of the trip. It's, you know, your family, you got to do these things.
To be you.
But you know, we try to make it as enjoyable as possible. Obviously, you know, the father-in-law, he loves to gamble.
Oh, he does. Okay.
So that, you know, he tends to get rooms like in Vegas and stuff like that, and he enjoys gambling. So that's one of the reasons why he went to a casino. But the nice thing about this casino is that, you know, it has a pool and a lazy river.
I've always wanted to do a lazy river.
Oh, it's nice. Except during certain times of the day, it did get really crowded. Yeah. Like the first day we got there on a Friday, it was easy going. It was hard to find a seat. You know, you check in at the pool to get your towels. Then you have to find an open seat to put your towels on. This lady, I swear, like every chair was taken except this one. It had no towels or anything on it. I'm like, okay, let's just put our stuff down. Out of nowhere, it's like this lady was doing guerrilla warfare out there, jumps out of the trees or whatever. She's like, excuse me, these 3 chairs are actually mine. Yeah. And we're like, oh, I'm sorry, lady. There was just nothing on this chair. Right. I didn't know you were saving 20 chairs. Yeah. I don't see anybody here, but okay, if you say so. She's like, yeah, that one's mine. I'm like, ugh. Luckily, a lady and her 3 kids a little bit, you know, next door got up, left, and some other ladies like pointed it out to us like, hey, that lady just left. I'm like, thank you. We took a couple chairs. But yeah, the kids, they loved the lazy river. It was really nice. The second day, it got a little more crowded. A lot of kids just acting crazy. And then even the third day, it was super crowded, and yeah, different vibes for different days. So yeah, there's like the all ages section, and then there's a adults only 21 plus section. Okay, we didn't hang out there because it's like a DJ playing music.
Oh, okay.
Everyone drinking.
Yeah, I was say it's probably one of those like swim up bars over there too.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. It looked like it. But yeah, you know, it was fun. We had a good time. Did I gamble? No, I'm not a huge gambler.
Yeah. It's not for everyone.
To me, I guess it's like a luxury. Like you have to be okay with losing money.
Yeah. And you just kind of have to have that extra money to kind of lose.
Like you have to be okay with losing, And you have to be disciplined to not go insane where like, oh man, I lost everything, but let me put my car into the bet because I could win it back. You know, you gotta be sensible.
Like that. They don't. That's
only in movies.
That's only in movies. Yeah, it's only movies and back rooms when you deal with the mob. But yeah, no, that doesn't happen at casinos.
The point is, you know, people do lose it all.
Yeah,
and like I'm not that kind of person that would do that, but at the same time, like I don't want to put myself in that position, and I don't have anything to lose. You know, we've talked about this. I'm poor. I'm actually living on Skid Row, Marcelo. Yeah, my wife kicked me out.
Oh, so you're over there with the Cecil Hotel.
I was kidding. Anyway, so
I thought I saw you there on the haunted tour.
So the crazy thing about kids growing up with screens and iPads and YouTube Kids and all this stuff is when you go to a hotel, we didn't bring any iPads or anything. So we were just like, watch the TV.
Yeah.
There's only one channel that played like kids stuff. The Freeform channel. It had like Monsters Inc. and Willy Wonka. But, you know, the kids are used to playing stuff on demand. So they would get bored really easily. I think it was the last day that we were there. These kids, they got a little rambunctious. They started, you know, just fighting for no reason. Kids, it's what they do. It's annoying, but, you know, it is what it is. All I wanted to do was relax in bed because we were waiting for, I think, my sister-in-law. She stayed in a different room. But we were just waiting for her, and we were going to go down back to the lazy river while Larissa, my wife, was getting her 2-hour massage or whatever. So I'm just laying in my bed trying to relax. And out of nowhere, I hear a like a crash. Basically, it sounded like a giant glass breaking onto the floor. And I'm like, oh, no. That was not good. It's one of those things where you hear a loud crash and then it gets quiet all of a sudden. You're like, oh, this is not good.
Yeah.
So me, being the good father that I am, I get up slowly from my relaxing position on the bed. And I'm like, what was that? Like a typical dad. And I'm like, what was it? No one's saying anything while I'm trying to walk to the living room area. And I'm like, what was that? And they're like, I think my son said he confused vase with base. I think he said the base broke. I'm like, and I look over there. I'm like,
or maybe it's that Spanish inside him.
My kids speak like zero Spanish.
They're the no sabo kids.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, me too.
Sometimes they try to like say certain words. The funny thing, my daughter, she goes, you've probably seen the video. Hola, soy Dora.
Oh yeah.
We went to Food for Less the other day. She's like, hola, soy Dora. Let's go look for bananas. Can you say bananas? I'm like, shut up. You're making this trip just take longer. Anyway.
How do you say bananas in Spanish?
Banana.
Oh, is it banana? Oh, okay. Huh.
I learned that from the Minions in Despicable Me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they have like a banana thing.
Yeah.
So I go over to the living room area. There's a fancy looking vase. It was like a 3 set. So there's 3 of these vases by the TV. And they knocked one over. They were playing with the pool tube floaty thingies, the inner tube things.
Yeah.
You know, they were just throwing them around in the living room, throwing them at each other. And one of them hit one of these vases. It's like a yellow on top, blue on the bottom, made out of glass, had a weird shape to it. They knocked one of them over.
Something that probably shouldn't have been in the room when you have kids, yeah.
It got knocked over, glass everywhere. And then my son, and I'm trying to stay cool, trying to keep my cool.
Yeah.
And my son's like, I'm bleeding. I'm like, oh, man. And I'm like, okay, kids, what I need you to do, step away from this area, go put on shoes right now.
Yeah.
And I'm going to figure this out. And then as soon as I say that, my youngest daughter, the 6-year-old at this point, she turned 6. she's like, okay. And then she goes, and I guess there was something on one of her toys by the broken glass, and she starts walking to it. And I'm like, did you not hear what I just said? Stop! Because she just kept on walking towards the broken glass. And I was like, stop! Yeah. And I said, I just said there's broken glass on the floor. You're going to step on it and cut your foot. Go walk around it, put on shoes right now. And they're like, okay. My son over here, I'm bleeding, Daddy, it hurts. I'm like, okay. Girls, go in the room. Do not walk over here by the broken glass. Just stay in the room for a second. I'm going to take care of your brother. It's just a little cut. I guess what happened was when the vase fell, he like dove to the ground, and I guess his hand went to where the glass was on the floor.
Oh, okay.
It was just a little minor cuts.
Right.
Nothing too crazy, but still, I'm like, ugh.
Didn't lose a finger or nothing like that?
No. Nothing serious. We just got a Band-Aid, put it on. He was fine. And I was like, oh, what am I going to do? And then my sister-in-law calls me. She's like, all right, I'm ready. And I'm like, we're not. I was like, yeah, these kids broke a vase. There's shards of glass everywhere. Somehow the shards of glass ended up in the mini fridge. I'm like, how did this even happen? I guess the fridge was open when this happened. I'm like, nothing makes sense. Yeah. And I'm like, they're kids. Nothing's supposed to make sense.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I tell my sister-in-law, like, look, I'm going to have to call room service or something. Let me call them and then we'll go.
Yeah.
I'm like, you want to come over so you could see this? Because I can't believe this happened. She's like, okay. I call room service. I tell them, hey, we broke a vase. Yeah. There's glass everywhere. We just need someone to clean it up. They're like, okay. And so once I got that squared away, I'm like, all right, kids, let's just get the hell out of here. we go down to the pool, Band-Aid on my son, having a good time. We get back. They cleaned it up. But anyway, that's my dad's story. Marcel, I just want to tell you, when you have kids...
Don't?
When you have kids, Marcel... You're going to be you're trying to just relax for a few minutes. And someone's going to knock over a vase, cut their hand open, and it's going to just suck for like a good 10 minutes straight.
Yeah. Don't bring that bad juju over here. None of this when I have kids. It's not going there's not going to be a when I have kids. Don't be wishing for another night on me.
Okay. I won't wish that on you, Marcelo, but that was Dad's story.
I want to be able to go to Disney by myself, for myself. Come on now.
Okay, sorry, Marcelo.
Yeah. Neighbor's already trying to kill me. You want him to kill another kid?
Ain't nothing like being a dad.
And now it's time for... Do you want to do the echoes and the...
Did you do it last time?
I did it last time.
Oh, okay. Well, then, if you don't mind.
Okay, I got to turn it on to full blast here. Okay. I heard that echo. Let me make it sound like you're at the Grand Canyon here. And you're ready.
History with Hefe.
On this day, August 7th, 1955, Tokyo Telecommunications Engineering, the precursor to Sony, begins selling its first transistor radios in Japan. On this day in 1990, the U.S. deploys troops to Saudi Arabia, beginning Operation Desert Shield.
Desert Shield.
On this day in music, in 2009, single "Tick Tock" is released by Kesha. And becomes the Billboard Song of the Year in 2010.
I remember when that song came out.
Yeah.
I was like, Kesha, and then she spelled her name with the $sign.
Yeah.
I was like, what is this?
She actually came, they said that like she made all of her money off of that, disappeared for a while, and then came back. And I guess she came out with the song like not that long ago. And again, it was like a Billboard hit. She collected her money and now she's kind of gone off. So, I mean, she's happy doing what she's doing.
Hey, I don't blame her.
Yeah, I don't either. Today in sports, 1929, New York Yankee slugger Babe Ruth ties an MLB record by hitting grand slams in consecutive games for the second time in 13-1 win against the Philadelphia Athletics.
All right. I got to do it.
Okay.
You got to do it with me. That was my dad's ball. It had some woman's name on it. Someone named Baby Ruthie.
Babe Ruth?
The Sultan of SWAT.
The Great Bambino.
You're dead as a doornail. You're
Smalls. And then a side note, Baby Ruths are one of my favorite candy bars.
Are they pretty good?
Yeah, they're really good. Famous birthdays.
The Colossus of Cloud. Okay, I
the
forgot.
Sultan of SWAT.
I forgot the Colossus of Cloud. Sorry. Now you can continue. I'm sorry. I had to get that.
The Sultan of SWAT. Celebrity birthdays. Today celebrates Charlize Theron. 50th birthday today. 50.
What do you remember seeing her in? What was the first movie I saw?
The first movie I ever saw her in.
Well, her breakout role was that movie Monster. I didn't see that.
Yes,
one.
yeah,
I didn't see
yeah.
It, but.
She won an Academy Award for that one. Recently, she's been in the Fast and the Furious movies in one of their few of the latest sequels. She plays one of the bad guys in it. One of my favorite roles that she was in was,
she did Mad Max in one of the later ones.
Yeah.
I didn't see it, but it looked pretty interesting.
Fury Road, I think is what she did. Yeah. She is Furiosa, so that's her character. Million Ways to Die in the West.
Oh yeah,
she was in that one.
Not gonna lie, I really liked that movie.
Oh yeah, so did I.
It got a lot of hate, but I'm like, this is actually really funny.
What's funny is that do you remember the scene when Neil Patrick Harris's character bets $1 and then he pulls it out of his jacket and he's got a dollar bill, and the one guy was like, "Take your hat off, boy, that's $1 bill." That guy is Ralph Garman, right? So he does a bunch of voices for all for Family Guys. He does like a bunch of like the background voice for Family Guy. He does some voices for American Dad. He did some voice for Cleveland Show. He was also the dad in the first Ted movie. So he again, voice actor. He was on K-Rock for a long time on the Kevin and Bean Show. He's got his own podcast, the Ralph Report. He gets stopped. So out of all of the roles that he's done, he gets stopped the most for being the guy in a million ways to die in the West by going, "Take your hat off, boy, it's $1 bill."
That's a good scene. I think my favorite death, Million Ways to Die in the West,
right,
is when they're taking the old timey photograph where they have to put
the powder,
like gunpowder, or whatever, to make the flash.
Yeah,
and then the guy just catches on fire.
Okay,
you remember that one?
I don't think I remember that one.
Like someone died because they were just taking a photo. Like that's my favorite death. He died by taking a photo.
It's not a death, but one of my favorite scenes that could have potentially led to a death, but it didn't, was when Neil Patrick Harris gets diarrhea.
Oh yeah.
And he can't get into a bathroom, but he's got to go real bad, so he snatches a guy's hat off his head and takes a shit in the hat. And then just hands it back to the guy and goes walking down, and then he's got to go again, so he tries to get another hat, but the guy like swats his hand away. But he's like, the guy that does it is like so nonchalant, and he just kind of like, no. No. and then Neil Patrick rips the hat off and shits in that, and then I think he does that again to like another hat or something like that. But that always sticks in my head. Just the way that the guy was nonchalantly like batting away, like, no, the fuck are you? Like, no, I just saw what you did to that guy's hat. You're not gonna do it to my hat. So, but yeah, no, it's such a great show. I mean, it's such a great show, such a great movie. But also celebrating birthday today. 27th birthday is the quarterback for the Philadelphia Eagles, Jalen Hurts, Super Bowl winning Philadelphia Eagles.
Wow.
Famous weddings today. American The Flintstones animator William Hanna of Hanna-Barbera weds Violet Blanche Wagatsky and they were married until his death in 2001. So they got married in 1936. From 1936 to 2001, they were married.
Wow, that's a long time.
Yeah, exactly. Famous deaths today in history. Oliver Hardy. You know who Oliver Hardy is? Laurel and Hardy, comedy duo. You'll recognize him.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that face.
Right? Yeah, he died today in 1957.
Wow.
And so did journalist and TV news anchor Peter Jennings.
I've heard the name. Yeah. He looks familiar.
Yeah, he died on this day in 2005. So that was History with Hefe.
All right, thank you, Marcelo, for that beautiful history.
Probably the shortest and fastest History with Hefe we've ever done.
Possibly. So now I want to give you a There I Ruined It. And, you know, if you've been listening to this podcast, you're no stranger to these There I Ruined It. It's just this page on Instagram, and I think they're on YouTube, where they mash up two songs that don't go together, but somehow they do, and they try to ruin a song for you. So this next one is a band that I never really listened to growing up because, you know, they were of the devil.
Okay.
But they mash it up with a song that you might hate, Marcelo.
Oh, no.
Because you said you don't want kids.
Uh-huh.
And anyone who's had kids in the past 10 years are the only people that know about this song.
We'll see about that.
All right, here we go. Are you ready? Are your ears ready, Marcelo?
I think so.
All right, here goes nothing.
I did my time and I went out. So if you say I'm free, it doesn't cut. The soul is not so vibrant. The reckoning, the sickening, back and chase a virgin. Pseudo-sacrosanct perversion. Go drill your deserts, go dig your graves, then fill your mouth with all the money you will save. Sinking in, getting smaller again. I'm done, it has begun. I'm not the only one. And the rain will kill us all. We throw ourselves against the wall, but no one else can see the preservation of the martyr in me. Psychosocial, psychosocial, psychosocial.
Jolene.
Stop it. I can't stop it. Ah, come on.
Still can't.
That's the problem with Instagram. It'll give you another video automatically.
Yeah,
If you try to go back, it goes back to the video. I'm sorry, people. That was so unprofessional of me. Anyway, so Marcelo, that was Slipknot meets Baby Shark.
And can I be honest? That actually made Baby Shark actually listenable.
I'm going to toss this over to you, Marcelo, because you said you have a special song.
I do.
For me. Yeah, growing up, like when the kids were 3-4 years old, it was Baby Shark every 10 minutes being played. Started off as the song, then they made the music video. Then when the kids got into YouTube Kids, they just wanted to play the Baby Shark music video. So I listened to that Baby Shark on repeat.
Yeah, what ruined it for me, there was a baseball team at the time that used that as like their rally song.
No way.
Yeah. So it was like every single game, and they were like in the playoffs. So when they were in the playoffs, they would play that song throughout the stadium, and yeah, that got pretty annoying pretty quick.
For sure. I'm kind of glad that my kids are past the Baby Shark phase. So I haven't heard that song in 3-4 years.
Yeah.
It became a point where I forgot that song even existed. But yeah, thanks to There I Ruined It. You can find them on Instagram. They're a fun page to listen to. They mash up some pretty good songs, and they try to ruin songs for you, and they do a good job. So
sometimes
There I Ruined It on Instagram.
I think that's the second song so far that you've played that I've actually dug.
That's insane. I don't know why that works the way it does, but okay.
All right, so I know. So you just gave me the There I Ruined It, which is basically kind of like a mashup, right? I've got a mashup for you that I want to get your reaction on.
I'm ready.
All right, you sure?
I'm ready.
All right. Let me make sure my volume's up on my phone. Okay, it is. All right, ready?
I'm ready.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Mambo number 5. Everybody in the car, so come on and ride to the liquor store around the corner. The boys say they want some gin and juice, but I really don't wanna. Feel buzz like I had last week. I must stay deep, buzz talk is cheap. I like Angela, Pamela, Sandra, and Rita. And as I continue, you know they get sweeter. Anything fly, it's all good. Let me jump in, me sitting the trumpet. Cause I'm losing my sight, losing my mind. Wish somebody would tell me I'm blind. Losing my sight, losing my mind. Wish somebody would tell me I'm blind. Nothing's alright. A little bit of nothing is fine. A little bit of Jessica, here I am. A little bit of you makes me
I told you it was gonna be a good one.
Forgive me if I get it wrong. Beastie Boys?
No. So the overall music was Rage Against the Machine.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know why I got that.
But then they
mixed up.
mixed in Lou Vega's Mambo number 5.
Yes.
Who, by the way, isn't even Hispanic. He's German, which was crazy.
German?
He speaks German, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, he may be of Hispanic descent, but yeah, he's German. And then they also threw in Papa Roach.
Okay.
So it was a millennial mashup. So
A millennial mashup.
So I'll tell you what. Every time that you have a There I Ruined It, I will counter it with a mashup that I find.
Okay.
Got it?
That's a good deal.
All right. But now before we go, I want to play a band that I had recently discovered that I think you're going to really enjoy. They're very along the lines of the same music that you and I listen to. It's more ska, but I could see it being, but I could see it being a like going along with the same kind of music that you and I listen to. Found them maybe earlier this week, if that, maybe even like sometime last week, but they are called Millington.
Okay.
Have you ever heard of Millington?
No.
Okay. This is Millington.
Take your time and consider this lesson. I'm blissfully
Very nice. It reminds me of the starting line meets like pop punk from the early 2000s with horns.
Yeah, and it says here, if you grew up in the 90s. So that was their new EP called Better, Safe, and Sorry.
Very nice. Very nice.
Now, before we officially wrap this little segment up, I want to do a special, since we're going to music, do kind of a special little shout out kind of a thing.
Sounds good to me.
So I keep meaning to bring this up on the episodes. My cousin Jonathan is in a band, and it falls well in line with the music you and I listen to. He's in a cover band.
Cool.
Called Rewind. Okay. Find them on Instagram, Rewind Cover Band LA. And I think they're on Facebook as well. I think there is a page on TikTok, but I don't think they've posted there in a while, but mainly on Instagram.
You know, I think our podcast page follows them.
Does it? Okay.
And I've seen some of their work. Yeah.
Well, the only reason I'm doing this because to me, this is actually a pretty big show.
Okay.
They have one coming up, technically two coming up. One of them is going to be at B's Cocktail Saturday, August 16th at 8:30. It's at 5456 Del Amo Boulevard, Long Beach, California. No cover. But that's not the big show that I want to try to promote on this one. The big show to me, I think mainly because growing up, there's so many big acts that I had seen perform here that I'm like, oh shit, this is, even no matter what stage you're on, I think to getting into this place of play, I think is actually a pretty big deal. Especially for cover band, because you usually don't really see many cover bands that do this. They're playing at the OC Fair.
Oh, very cool. That is a big show,
right?
Yeah.
They're playing at the OC Fair at the Hangar Stage Sunday night, August 17th at 3:15 p.m. But this is a admission, so you do have to pay to go into it. But you can go to ocfair.com/OC-fair/admission. Or head over to the Rewind Cover Band LA page. Scroll down, you'll see the post on there. It's kind of a beige-ish post, posted back on July 19th. The Rewind Cover Band is me playing at the OC Fair. Now I know what you're asking. Well, what do they sound like? Well, I do have something for you. So, and now, if you want to go and follow the band as well,
this sounds really good, actually.
Yeah. They occasionally they'll even do live stream events, so you don't even have to be at a bar. You don't even have to be at their shows. You can literally just hop on YouTube, follow them on YouTube at. It looks like their last live stream appears to be on DM Tower Sessions. So YouTube, Facebook, DM Tower Sessions, give them a follow. Looks like Rewind Cover Band goes on there every so often and does a live stream event on there where it's just them in a studio. I don't know if they play requests or if they have a set list, but it's a cover band. They play all kinds of covers from pop punk to alternative stuff, emo hits from 90s and 2000s. They do say in their bios, just a kind of a warning, may cause fist pumping and sing-alongs.
That's the warning.
That's the warning. So
be careful. You might be singing along with us.
Yeah, you never know. So
that's really cool.
Yeah.
They sound really good. And OC Fair, that's
OC
crazy.
Fair. Yeah.
I saw Prince
really
at OC Fair.
I remember I was at the OC Fair. I didn't see him perform, but I was at the OC Fair, I think, when Toby Keith was performing.
That's crazy.
So, but it's like...
And now your cousin's cover band.
And my cousin's cover band.
Playing at OC Fair. That's awesome.
3:15, August 17th. So we have, from the posting of this, a little over about a week. So
very cool. Very cool. Good for the shout out. Before we continue, Marcelo, I think it's time for me to pop open this beverage you brought me today.
So I'm always trying to get him to try new alcoholic beverages.
Because he's a friend.
Yeah. And I usually bring a beer of some kind, in the past. But I decided this time to kind of shake it up. I had a bunch of cans. I bought a bunch of cans. I bought a 12-pack of these because I've been really getting into seltzers, hard seltzers. I like the taste. It's refreshing. It's especially on like a hot summer day. Don't get me wrong, a good cold beer tastes good too. But every once in a while, you kind of want something with a little stronger flavor. A little more of like a familiar, fruity, refreshing kind of flavor, which is why I always end up going to Truly's, which is why I brought you here. And this one is part of the Punch line, so it's a bolder flavor, and that's why I asked you before we recorded, do you want pick one, fruit, tropical, berry, or citrus? And you picked berry. So
Berry Punch.
now you have a Berry Punch, truly hard seltzer. So.
And I'm going to do this for our listeners so you can hear that we're not lying. There it is. Truly Berry Punch.
Now, you've told me that you've tried a Truly, but you haven't tried this one.
Yeah. The original Truly were just like regular seltzers.
Yeah. Very, like a hint.
With a hint of
Of
lemon or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
But this is Berry Punch, so let's see.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, that tastes good. It's almost like oh yeah, it's almost like candy.
I know, right? I told you, it's like a bolder, sweeter flavor.
It's actually really good.
Yeah.
I hardly taste the alcohol.
The fruit punch, I think, is probably it's a tie for me between the fruit punch and the citrus.
It's almost like this is gonna sound weird, but like gargling down a Gatorade.
Gargling, huh? Okay. Gulping down, I would say, but not gargling. But hey.
Well, I gargle it just when you go wine tasting, Marcelo, you don't swallow it.
Oh,
you
I'm sorry.
gargle it.
I'm sorry. I didn't realize that we were that hoity-toity up in here.
Yeah, I am hoity-toity. You just threw that cable at a very sensitive region of my body. You're lucky. It only grazed it.
It was the cable. The cable was trying to gargle something, I guess. I don't know.
Anyway, okay, I'm gulping it,
All
and
right.
it's very tasty. Thank you, Marcelo.
No problem.
You're a good pal, a good friend. Cheers.
Cheers.
That's what all those Europeans say to me when I'm delivering their mail. They're like, "Oh, thanks for the mail, mate. Cheers."
Okay, with an Australian accent, but okay.
Hey, I'm doing the best that I can, okay? But they always say, cheers. I'm like, dude, we're not cheersing anything. Have a good day, sir.
While you enjoy that, we'll go ahead and move on down to what we had last time that you had fun with. And that, honestly, I think there's about one or two people that have said that they've enjoyed it as well. Just because, I mean, a lot of that stuff that we talked about last time was like very like off the wall. So I'm gonna bring back that the fact book.
Fact book.
So now, Andrew, last time we'll do the same thing as last time. I'll have you pick a number between 3. I think I did this last time too, and 213.
Between 3 and 213.
But not picking 106 because that's what you picked last time.
That's right. So let's do something from the beginning. I'm going to say page 10.
10.
He's
And then-
flipping through the book.
And then I will read the facts that are on page 10.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yay. The Kikiyu Aburatsubo Marine Park in Japan has tiny holes in the otter enclosure, which allows visitors to shake hands with these animals.
You could shake hands with an otter?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And I've seen videos of it, and sure enough, yeah, they reach their little hands out through the hole, and you can shake hands with them.
I watched this documentary where this guy, I don't know where he was, New Zealand or something,
Uh-huh.
made friends with an otter, built him a little house, put a camera in there to see everything he did,
Mm-hmm.
and then it was sad because then the otter left for like months, and everyone was like, the husband and the wife were like, what happened?
Yeah.
And then like a year later, he came back.
Oh, really?
It was a touching documentary.
All right.
I wish I could remember the name of it, but it was very touching.
A group of pandas is known as an embarrassment.
Are you saying that's the like scientific name?
Yeah, you know how like a group of crows is called a murder?
Yeah.
So a group of pandas is known as an embarrassment. In 1948, the committee responsible for awarding the Nobel Peace Prize chose no one, stating that there was no suitable living candidate, mostly as a tribute to Mahatma Gandhi, who was assassinated earlier that year.
Oh.
The word bae, B-A-E, which is popular in North American society, is actually a Danish word for poop.
So when these young cats start calling their girlfriends bae
Or boyfriends, yeah.
or boyfriend,
Yeah.
this is my bae.
Yeah, there's in Dutch they're
Dan-
saying, in Danish, yeah, they're saying this is my poop. You can tell identical twin babies apart by their navels, since the navel is a scar and isn't caused by genetics. Alan Gans holds the world record for the longest person as an ice cream man. He has been serving ice cream since 1947 in the greater Boston area and knows 90% of his customers by name.
That's pretty awesome. Wow.
The Nasir al-Malk Mosque in Iran, is known for its incredible stained glass windows. When the morning sunlight shines through the windows, the interior of the mosque reflects the windows like a kaleidoscope.
Ooh.
In 1995, NASA scientists experimented on spiders to see how drugs like LSD, marijuana, caffeine, and peyote would affect them. The results showed that spiders would spin webs differently depending on the type of drug that they were given. The more toxic the drug, the less organized their webs were. And I do remember seeing the pictures of the webs, and they were pretty fucking intense. They were crazy. Well, I'll look it up and I'll send it to you, and then you can post it.
Sure.
It's actually really, really interesting to see how the different drugs affect the web making. Soviet diplomat Vyacheslav Molotov is thought to be the only man to ever shake hands with Stalin, Lenin, Hitler, Himmler, Goering, Goering, I don't know, Roosevelt, and Churchill, and is also the inspiration behind the term Molotov cocktail.
I thought we were gonna get there. Yeah.
The Wright brothers only flew together once in 1910. This is because their father feared losing both sons in an airplane accident, so he gave them special permission just that one time. Psychopaths are only capable of perceiving the positive consequences for their action as opposed to any negative ones.
Interesting.
And the last one, when you yawn and stretch at the same time, you are pandiculating. Pandiculating.
You know, I like to pendiculate in the mornings sometimes.
I'm sure you do, especially when you're alone.
Man, I'm pretty sure you pendiculate too.
I don't tell anybody about it.
You're such a pendiculator. You better pendiculate our way onto the next segment. Okay, so what's on the to-do list?
Well, in other news, we got Simple Times News.
Thank you, Marcelo, and thank you for putting on that beautiful music for me. Today's first news article comes to us from the beloved AP, Associated Press. Marcelo, I knew you were going to ask, so I just answered it. This is U.S. news coming to us from Pennsylvania, is where this story takes place. And this was last updated August 1st, so it's a little over a week old. And are you ready for the headline, Marcelo?
Yes, I am.
It says, quote, "Hot dog spill shuts down highway in Pennsylvania. Commuters' worst nightmare." All right, this happened in Shrewsbury, Pennsylvania. A truckload of hot dogs spilled across a Pennsylvania interstate Friday after a crash that briefly clogged the heavily traveled artery in both directions. Crews were stuck with a job they did not relish, rolling up the scattered tube steaks for disposal. Once those, here's a quote by the fire company chief Brad. His name is Brad Doberman. He said, "Once those leave the truck and hit the road, that's all garbage, and it's still pretty warm." State police said the tractor trailer had an unspecified mechanical problem on Interstate 83, a few miles north of the Maryland line, as morning rush hour was wrapping up, causing it to push into a passenger vehicle. When the truck scraped along the concrete divider, its trailer was ripped open and the contents scattered. 4 people required medical attention, Doberman said, for injuries that police said were not life-threatening. A front-end loader was used to scoop up the hot dogs and drop them into a dump truck. Doberman said emergency crews couldn't help but see the humor in the situation, and his daughter texted him a photo of a hot dog-themed t-shirt. "I can tell you personally, hot dogs are very slippery," the fire chief said. "I did not know that." The fire chief did not know that hot dogs were slippery. So yeah, Pennsylvania, a truck carrying a cargo full of hot dogs crashed. The hot dogs went all over the freeway, basically. One can only dream of such a thing. What would you do? Huh? Did I just say that? What would you do, Marcelo, if you were driving down the road and a truck crashed and all these hot dogs flew everywhere? Would you try to take some home?
No.
No?
No.
The 5-second rule.
Yeah, no.
You just drive over them and keep going?
Maybe pull off on the side and watch, but no. I don't think I don't. I mean, if I had a grill, maybe I'd pull it out and start grilling or something, but.
What you should do is grab those hot dogs, give them to Angela while she's wielding the knife. Be like, "Hey, can you chop these up into little pieces, please?"
Question for you. Speaking of hot dogs.
Yes.
How do you like your hot dogs?
Oh, man. I saw the meme, like the many different ways to cook a hot dog.
Uh-huh.
Like there's water, there's on a grill.
Oh, okay. Okay. So okay.
There's stovetop.
How do you prefer to cook your dogs?
If money was no object and I could decide how I wanted my hot dogs cooked, over open flame, like on a grill.
Okay.
I think they taste the best.
Okay. So cook it, over flame on a grill. You're putting it in the bun. What goes on your hot dog? Oh,
toppings wise, I'm usually good with just ketchup and mustard. That's my go-to. Okay. I really don't need much. However, a chili cheese dog is really good too.
Yeah. I don't think I've had a chili cheese dog. I've had chili dogs. But I don't remember if I've ever had a chili cheese dog.
Oh, they're good, especially if you go to Wiener Schnitzel. Bomb.
Okay, so if you're doing cheese on a dog, shredded cheese, like shredded cheddar cheese, or are you doing the liquid nacho cheese?
Ooh, well, I haven't had the liquid nacho cheese. I know Wiener Schnitzel, they use like a Kraft Singles type cheese.
Okay.
I think it just melts in there. That's really good.
Okay.
At home, I use the shredded cheese.
Okay.
Just sprinkle it on there.
All right. At home for me, usually I do like mayo on the bun.
How do you cook your dog? I mean, do you boil it in water, microwave? Like, what's your go-to process?
My go-to, usually it's boiling.
Boiling?
Yeah, I do like the boiling. If boiled just right, it comes out pretty good.
I usually do skillet.
I don't think I've ever done skillet.
It sizzles.
But since you do grilled, try this the next time that if you happen to grill it. Spiral cut the hot dog. It plumps. It expands and it cooks the inside, and then when you put your toppings on it, it like folds into the cuts, and then you get better flavor when you bite.
Ooh, that sounds really good.
But yeah, I don't mind. I boiled probably. That's how I grew up. That's just how I prefer it. Oddly enough, I've never had one of like those street vendor ones. You like the ones like with the carts with the boiling water in it? I never had those. Always wanted to try though.
I think I tried one time. Went to see a show like in L.A. or Hollywood or something, and then I was intrigued. I'm like, ooh, these must be good.
Yeah.
Because the guy's sizzling them out right there. I got one, took a bite, burned my tongue, couldn't taste anything for a week.
Yeah.
That week sucked.
Yeah. You got to be careful because a lot of, and then they also that the downside for that, and you have to really pay attention, is a lot of them will reuse hot dogs for like a day or two just to get like the maximum sellage out of it. So they were saying that, watch the color. If it's starting to turn a little grayish, you might want to get another hot dog. So, because I think they said in New York especially, you get a lot of boiled dogs on the street, and they'll be handing out some dogs that are a little gray. Not that they're like rotten, but they've been sitting in that hot dog water for a couple days, and you might want to ask for another kind of dog. Toppings wise, I don't mind some mayo. I love some mayo. On the bun. Put the dog on it. Depends on the mood. Generally, I can't go wrong with ketchup. Just some ketchup on it. I know people say, "Oh, put ketchup on a dog." Oh, you can't do that. Sometimes it's just that like almost minor sweetness of it. I really like it. But
you said it depends on the mood. So what about when you're feeling emo?
Probably some mustard. A bit of a bitter taste to it, but still kind of goes down. But I also love relish on the dog.
I think I tried that once. It's pretty good.
The dog that really kind of blows me away though, kraut dog. Put some sauerkraut on it. Sauerkraut, some mustard. If you want a good kraut dog, Wiener Schnitzel.
One of my favorite concoctions at Wiener Schnitzel, the junkyard dog.
I've seen that. It's like everything's on it, right?
Everything's on it. I think they put fries on it too.
Okay.
And it has onions.
Yeah, it almost looks like Chicago dog, but with fries on it.
Yeah, junkyard.
But actually, one of the best dogs I've had, Sonoran hot dog.
Sonoran.
Let me read you the ingredients on that real quick.
Oh, this must be really good.
Yeah. I've only been able to find them in like the Sonoran Desert, so like you're talking like South Arizona. A Sonoran hot dog is a regional variation of a hot dog popular in Tucson, Arizona, and Sonora, Mexico, that features a bacon-wrapped hot dog served in a split bolillo roll and topped with various ingredients. Common toppings include pinto beans, pico de gallo, mayonnaise, mustard, and grilled chilies. The hot dog is typically grilled or deep fried, and the bacon is often wrapped around the hot dog before cooking.
That's intense.
And I will show you the picture, and it looks. I mean, it's amazing.
It looks like if you went to El Torito or El Tarasco, and you said, "Hey, I brought my own hot dogs. Can you put all your toppings on this thing?"
I'll eat it.
And that's what they did.
I went through 3 of those in one sitting.
Like, I could see Taco Bell selling those things and selling out.
Oh, I could see Wiener Schnitzel selling those and having a line down the street. El Pollo Loco, same thing. But yeah, no, they're
Jack in the Box.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no.
They can do it.
If anybody's ever in the Tucson area, the one restaurant, the only one that I know, but I know there's a few places, El Güero Canelo. So I feel like I'm not pronouncing it right, but basically the cinnamon white boy, is kind of what it translates to.
El Güero Canelo.
Yeah. That's the popular place. That's the only place that I remember. I do know that there are a few different places around Tucson that do it, but a Sonoran hot dog. Look them up, find them, make them yourself. But I highly suggest if you're in a Tucson area, get the authentic Sonoran hot dog.
Sounds great. All right, Marcelo.
Okay.
That was my news story, and so I'm gonna hit the music. And
But make it spooky.
you want spooky?
I want spooky.
All right. I'll see what I can do. I'll make it spooky. Here we go.
So, what was it 2 episodes ago? Two actual episodes. 2 episodes with you and I, not including the simple sessions.
Right.
2 episodes ago, I read a story about how Annabelle the doll was on tour, and a plantation that she visited caught on fire after she visited, and 7 inmates, I think, escaped from a prison from the same town that she visited as well. And then she disappeared.
So wait, she's on tour.
Mm-hmm.
Does she have groupies?
Yeah, actually she does. I kid you not, she does. She has people that will follow. She has people that absolutely love it. She really has a cult following.
Occult?
A cult, yeah. However, there is another tragedy that has struck. That may or may not have involved Annabelle, but she is definitely related to this story.
Okay.
Paranormal investigator Dan Rivera, who was the handler and the tour manager for Annabelle on this tour, dies while on tour with Annabelle, an allegedly haunted doll.
Fill in listeners that didn't listen to 2 episodes ago, and they don't know who or what Annabelle the doll is.
Annabelle the doll is essentially a Raggedy Ann doll that is thought to be possessed by, I think they said, a female demonic spirit. The Warrens, Ed and Lorraine Warren, found it, I believe, in the 70s. The story is, well, I mean, if you've seen the movie, either The Conjuring or any of the Annabelle movies themselves, you have an idea of who Annabelle is. From what I've heard, they do tend to exaggerate a lot, of course, for the horror aspect, and they use a completely different doll, a creepier doll in the movie. The real doll is literally just a Raggedy Ann doll. Here's the other thing that I found out. They didn't name the doll Annabelle. Annabelle named itself. Yeah, during some type of seance kind of investigation. I can't remember the means that they used, if it was a Ouija board or if it was some type of radio static device, but it allegedly named itself Annabelle.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's allegedly inhabited by a female demon, no, demonic spirit, I should say, not a demon, but a demonic spirit that is considered to be one of the most haunted objects in the world. Everywhere it's gone prior to Ed and Lorraine Warren capturing it in their occult museum, has created chaos, allegedly. I don't know exactly what the chaoses were, but I do know that one of the places that apparently they did find it was at the Amityville house. One where all the murders happened, where the movie literally the Amityville horror happened. Mm-hmm. Yeah, apparently they found the Annabelle doll there. I think that's where they found it. I know it's connected somehow. And ever since the Warrens had found it and had come into possession of it, they have kept it in their occult museum at their place in Pennsylvania. When both Ed and Lorraine Warren had finally passed away, Lorraine Warren died 2021, I want to say, just recently. This guy Dan Rivera decided to take the doll on tour, make it a spectacle. And that immediately started a lot of superstitious people to say this may not be a good idea. And what followed was a chain of devastation, basically. She visited a plantation in Louisiana on her tour. I think not even like a day after she had left, the plantation caught on fire, burnt down the plantation. A couple days later, she visited a town that had a prison, and once she left, 7 inmates escaped from prison. Took them, I think, about almost like a week to catch them. And now, Dan Rivera, the tour manager of Annabelle, has now turned up dead in his hotel room.
Wow.
Dan Rivera, a paranormal investigator, by the way, this is coming to us from our friends at Today. Dan Rivera, a paranormal investigator and a handler of Annabelle, a doll that's rumored to be possessed by evil spirits, has died. Rivera, 54, died on July 13th, 2025 in a Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. I'm sorry, remind me again, what state was your story in?
Yeah, it was Pennsylvania.
Yeah, so this is also in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania.
Whoa, maybe she's responsible for the hot dog spill.
Maybe. In a hotel, Gettysburg, Pennsylvania hotel room, Adams County Chief Deputy Coroner Scott Pennywell tells Today.com, his death was nothing suspicious, says Pennywell. The coroner's office and the state police were called to the scene on Sunday night, where he did go for an autopsy today, and it's pending. Pennywell says Rivera's autopsy results will likely be available within 60 to 90 days. Pennywell tells Today.com that the Annabelle doll was not present at the scene and that Rivera was found alone. He says that Annabelle might have been inside a van in the hotel parking lot, although he cannot officially confirm the doll's location. Rivera's death was announced on Facebook by the New England Society for Psychic Research, or NESPR, which is the research society that was founded by Ed and Lorraine Warren. It is with deep sadness that Tony, Wade, and I share the sudden passing of our close friend and partner, Dan Rivera. We are heartbroken and still processing this loss. Dan truly believed in sharing his experiences and educating people in the paranormal. His kindness and passion touched everyone who knew him. Thank you for your support and kind thoughts during this difficult time. That was a Facebook post by NESPR. A spokesperson for NESPR did not immediately return an email for comment from Today.com. Rivera was participating in the Devils on the Run tour hosted by NESPR, a Connecticut-based paranormal research group founded by Tony Spera, the son-in-law of the late Supernaturals investigators Ed and Lorraine Warren. According to the NESPR, the Devils on the Run tour celebrated the work of Ed and Lorraine Warren and displayed Annabelle for those brave enough to face her. In 1968, the Warrens investigated the case of Annabelle, a red-headed Raggedy Ann doll given to a nursing student who brought it home where she lived with a roommate. Almost immediately, the roommates noticed strange occurrences with the doll, and they were introduced to a medium who told them the doll was inhabited by the spirit of a young girl named Annabelle. 2 roommates tried to accept the doll's spirit and please it, only to have it reciprocate maliciousness and violent intent, according to NESPR. The Warrens said Annabelle was demonically possessed. They removed the doll from the house and encased it in a glass box to contain the evil spirited entity. Another famous case handled by the Warrens, a 1971 haunting in Rhode Island that would inspire this film series, The Conjuring. Annabelle Rises, the new installment, opened in July of 2025. Now here, just to kind of go back to when you asked me what Annabelle is. They even have a little thing here that says, who is Annabelle? Annabelle, a wide-eyed clown-like doll, lives in Connecticut in display case at the Warren Occult Museum, which according to NBC News is secured by crosses and holy water. The Annabelle doll is probably one of the most infamous dolls on the planet. NESPR founder Tony Spera told NBC News in May 2025. He added the doll is something to be respected, not revered. Back in May, the NESPR clarified baseless rumors that the Annabelle had been stolen from her case. Spera told NBC News of Annabelle doubters, "In a way, I don't blame people for being skeptical. If people don't know about the demonic, it's very difficult to believe that these things are happening, but they do." So, yeah, it's just kind of weird that no more than 2 weeks ago, we had talked about, 2 episodes ago, we had talked about Annabelle causing all this mischief and destruction. And then here we are 2 episodes later, a month later, and the guy that was responsible for taking her out on tour has died.
That's crazy.
And then even in more recent news, comedian Matt Rife, have you ever heard, do you know who he is? Hold on, I'll pull up a picture. You've seen him. He's known for doing great crowd work. He was on Wild and Out. He's known for being very, very quick-witted. He's a very, very, very accomplished comedian. Matt Rife?
Looks familiar.
Yeah, he's been very, very popular. He's been coming all over the popping up all over the news right now.
Okay.
Because he bought the Warren home and Nesper's or the occult museum. So now he is in charge. He's essentially in charge of Annabelle the doll now, and of all of the occult items in their museum.
So everyone's gonna watch to see if this guy keels over.
Maybe. Possibly. So, but yeah, some strange things happening.
Well,
and that was sometimes news.
Thank you, Marcelo. Not only do we have Angela watch, we have Annabelle watch.
Yes, we do.
So you're gonna keep us updated.
What's up with these A's? These A names, you know?
You
know Andrew.
Hey, I'm not gonna go crazy. Anyway,
since we're creeping up on, or we crossed 2.5 hours.
Man, that's insane.
I know.
Let's just go through it, man. It's time for jokes with Hefe.
At a hotel restaurant, a man sees an attractive woman sitting alone at the next table. Suddenly she sneezes, and a glass eye comes flying out of her eye socket. It hurls by the man, and he snatches it from the air and hands it back to her. "This is so embarrassing," the woman says, as she pops her eye back into place. "I'm sorry to have disturbed you. Let me buy dinner to make it up to you. May I join you?" The man nods. The woman is a stimulating conversationalist, stunningly pretty, and the man finds they have a lot in common. He gets her phone number and asks, "You are the most charming woman I have ever encountered. Are you this nice to every guy you meet?" "No," she replies giggly. "You just happen to catch my eye."
Oh, wow. Wow. All that just for the eye.
2 men were guests at a friend's bachelor party. "You know, in America, 1 in 20 men is gay," said the first man. "Statistically, that means one of the guys in here is gay. Who do you think it is?" The second man says, "I hope it's Jeff. He's cute." Hey, Andrew, how do you say sup dog in Japanese? Konnichiwa.
Oh, God.
"My wife screamed in pain during labor, so I asked, 'What's wrong?' She screamed, 'Ugh, these contractions are going to kill me.' 'Oh, I'm sorry, honey,' he replied. 'What is wrong?'
Oh, contractions. Yeah, I remember learning that in 3rd grade.
2 muffins are sitting in an oven. One muffin turns to the other and asks, 'Is it just me or is it hot in here?' The other muffin says, 'Oh my God, a talking muffin.'
I've heard that one before.
2 cows are standing in a field. One goes, 'Moo.' The other goes, 'Oh man, I was going to say that.'" And the final joke. A young blonde girl from California in her late teens who moved to Texas wanting to earn some extra money for the summer decided to hire herself out as a handy woman and started canvassing a nearby upscale neighborhood. She went to the first door on the first house and asked the owner if he had any odd jobs for her to do. Well, I guess I could use someone to paint the porch, he said. Well, how much will you charge me? Delighted, the girl quickly responded, well, how about $50? They agreed, and he told her the paint and the brushes and everything she would need were in the garage. The man's wife, hearing the conversation, said to her husband, does she realize that our porch goes all the way around the house? That's a bit cynical, isn't it? The husband responded. The wife said, you're right. I guess I'm starting to believe all those blonde jokes. A few hours later, the blonde came back to the door to collect her money. You're finished already? The startled husband asks. Yes, the blonde replied. And I even had enough paint left over, so I gave it 2 coats. Impressed, the man reached into his pocket for the $50 and handed it to her along with a $20 tip. Thank you, the girl said. Oh, and by the way, it's not a porch. It's a Lexus.
Oh. Okay, that one's pretty good.
And that's Jokes with Hefe.
All right, thank you, Marcelo. Or should I say Hefe?
Man, it's 1:45. Didn't we say we weren't going to do no more 2 a.m. times?
Man, I texted you. I said, because we were going to record tomorrow.
Yeah.
AKA today.
AKA tonight,
And then you were like,
like, you know,
I'm free tonight.
Let's do it today. Yeah.
I'm like, all right. But you have to promise me one thing, that we don't go to 2 a.m. And it is 1:45 a.m.
So technically, we didn't go to 2 a.m. We went to 1:45 a.m.
Just can't believe it, man.
But the deal that we did make was that you wouldn't pull up the yearbook and we would spend 3 hours talking about the yearbook. So.
That's true. So we did better on that regard. So
yeah.
Anyway, Marcel, hey, you know what? I got to tell the listeners, we lied
to
you. We lied.
Yeah.
We lied.
Yeah.
You said in the intro we had
mailman
story, a fake ad, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
But we had to trim the fat because
we would have been here till 3 hours if that was the case.
Yeah, so
even though some of you listeners would probably love a 3-hour podcast.
I wonder who. Do tell if you know.
Cough, cough, Karen. Cough, cough.
You got to remember, I'm the one editing these episodes, which, don't get me wrong, I love.
Yeah.
But it does take longer to complete. So.
Yeah.
And
but you're off.
That's true. I am on vacation.
Yeah.
But thanks for listening to Simple Times Podcast, which is under BEACHGLASS Media. And real quick, find the podcast on Instagram, Facebook. I think we're on X, YouTube. Like, subscribe, follow the show. Please provide a rating. Like the episode. Like, if you're listening to this on YouTube, hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. If you're listening to this on Spotify, hey, leave us a comment. Give us a 5-star rating. People will be able to find us with such ease if you do. And if you leave us a comment, we'll read your comment. We'll put you on blast in a good way, and give you a simple shout outs. And you can also write to us, simpletimespodcast@gmail.com. Questions, comments, whatever you want to say, suggestions. And Instagram. We're really active on Instagram, so you write to us there. We'd be happy to hear whatever it is you have to say. Any final words, Marcelo?
Just keep in mind, if there's one thing you learned from today's podcast, Andrew loves to gargle.